What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV, back with another live watch along today. Arsenal against Brighton, 2 p.m. kickoff. Big game in the Premier League, man. This weekend has had some twists and turns already. Manchester City drawing at home with Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace, a little bit of a bogey team for Manchester City, but 75% possession. Which was interesting, and then they hadn't had a shot on target until they scored. But fair play, Palace done some good work for us yesterday. This is Arsenal's bogey team. We've lost our last 3 home games to Brighton in all competition, 2 in the Premier League and 1 in the Carabao Cup. So we need to kind of overcome a bogey team as well and collect the 3 points today. Big up to everyone locked in. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, share the content, all of that good stuff, people. And looking forward to the game today. Again, British TV companies, Sky Sports, TNT, Amazon Prime. You pay all your money to watch, Super Sundays and big games. And Sky Sports today decided, instead of showing Arsenal against Brighton, Europa League Brighton, Champions League Arsenal, they're going to show West Ham against Wolves on Sky, which means Arsenal v Brighton is not on TV in the UK. You can probably watch it anywhere else in the world, but in the UK. So thank you very much. VPN settings. It's going to be, we're going to fight the great fight today, people. But it is what it is. We'll make it work. 2 p.m. kickoff, Arsenal against Brighton, VPN settings. But yeah, thanks to Sky for showing West Ham against Wolves. No disrespect. Who really wants to watch that game? But it is what it is. Let's talk about the Arsenal starting lineup today. Listen, I said on Friday in the preview, there's probably one place in the team that there's any sort of discussion point to have, and that is the goalkeeper, but it was never going to change. I'm happy with the team. Not going to complain. David Raya's in goal. I thought Ramsdale did well last week, but we know we've given up on that. Raya's the number 1 at Arsenal, whether we like it or not. Raya comes back in goal. Ben White and Zinchenko at fullback, right and left back. The brick wall continue at centre-back. Saliba and Gabriel, of course. Declan Rice in midfield in the 6. Havertz and Odegaard a little bit more advanced, of course. And the front 3, Saka, Martinelli, and Gabriel Jesus. The team picks itself. Apparently, it's Odegaard's birthday. It's quite bright outside today, so hopefully Solarguard kicks into gear with the sunshine out. And it's his birthday. We need a performance. I've got to be honest. I think there are a few players in this team that need to perform today. I'm going to be honest, I don't think Ben White has played particularly well since coming back in for Tomiyasu at right back. Havertz, got player of the month. We could do with another performance from him. Obviously, he's had a much better month, but we still need more from him. Martinelli, I think he's due a performance. And Jesus as well, inconsistent. And Odegaard, of course. Just wanted to say this, because I've seen you put this comment in a few times. Where is it? George Guna said, is anyone near the Emirates? I've got a ticket, but can't attend the game. I'd give it away. If anyone's near the Emirates, communicate with George and see if you can get the ticket. Appreciate that. That's what we're about, people. C-Unit community. Tickets being shared and all sorts. If you're near the Emirates, give George a message and see if you can get there. Big up George for sharing with the community. We need performances today. And listen, as I said, somebody just said our bench is horrific. Arsenal bench, Ramsdale, Walters, Kivior, Cedric, Skelly and Ketia, Smith Rowe, Trossard and Nelson. Jorginho is out with illness. So he is not able to play today. So no Jorginho, which I don't think is a huge loss. I mean, again, you look at the bench. Good to see Smith Rowe back, but we need something from Smith Rowe, that is for sure. We need him to get fit and perform. Trossard, he'll be fired up. This is his former club. He'll be disappointed that he's on the bench. And you make a great point, Ionas. Listen, Arsenal played PSV on Tuesday night in Holland. We rested, I think, 7 players for that game. Brighton played Marseille on Thursday night in a must-win game. They played pretty much their full-strength team. They managed to win 1-0. Arsenal have had over 48 hours more rest. Our game was at 5:45. Theirs was at 8 p.m. We've had more than 2 days more rest than Brighton. There is absolutely no excuse for Arsenal not being bang up for this game today. As I said, the bench, I mean, Ramsdale's decent, but he ain't going to come on. And Ketia, you know my thoughts on him. Smith Rowe, Trossard, maybe Nelson. There ain't a lot there. But the starting 11 need to perform, people. The starting 11 need to perform. We saw that Thomas Partey is back in training in the gym, not on the pitch yet. So he might still be a few weeks away from being fit, and he's then going to go to AFCON anyway. So I wouldn't expect to see Thomas Partey playing for Arsenal until after AFCON. To be honest, Timber will be another 2 or 3 months at least. People saying we've only got one DM. Exactly. Declan Rice, Jorginho's out, El Nenny's out. You know, we're down to one DM. We've got to wrap up Declan Rice in cotton wool, that is for sure. But we need a performance and we need to win. Let me read out these couple of super chats. Big up Lee Burnell. He said, big up Big C. C-Unit business. Let's smoke them. Come on, you Gunners. We need to beat Brighton today. If you want to win the title, you got to beat Brighton at home. And we haven't been over the past few seasons. Trinko said, late again. This is a disgrace here, Curtis. Also, big up the community. I really comment, but I'm here on every stream from the beginning of the channel. Big up to you, bro. You know, when I put 2 o'clock, I mean around 2 o'clock. So I'll be there around 2 o'clock-ish, people. It's an estimate, you know. But yeah, I hear you on that one. Let's go through the Brighton team. Genuinely, Brighton have got players in their team that I've never heard of, which is a credit to them, really, because how do they do so well, considering, you know, I haven't even heard of some of their players. But Verbruggen in goal, never heard of him. Gross, Milner, Dunk, Van Hecke, Veltman, Mitoma, Adingra, Gilmore, Lallana and Ferguson. I got to be honest, man, you have to tip your hat to them. You know, Milner and Lallana, are we in 2017 at Anfield? Like, yo, man, it's crazy. Gilmore. Seriously, that team, I bet that team ain't worth more than 50 million in terms of what they paid for them players. But they got some good players. Ferguson, you know, could be a top player in the future if he develops. We know Matoma's a quality player. I'm glad that João Pedro's on the bench, by the way, because he's been playing really well for them. So you got to give them credit. People say Milner could be at left back today. I'm not sure how true that is or not, or if they've just listed it incorrectly. But if he is at left back, Saka needs to cook him like a Sunday dinner. Season him up, put him in the oven and cook him, people. If Milner's at left back, Saka, come on. You need to be destroying James Milner. On the bench, Igor, Dahoud, Pedro, Modir, Welbeck, Baleba, Steele, Buonanotte and Hinselwood. I mean, even their bench is not great, is it? But they are a good team. You know that Danny Welbeck's going to be fired up. We know João Pedro's a good player. And listen, I have a lot of respect for Brighton as a football club. I got to be honest, because they buy cheap, they sell high, they play good football. But we need to be causing them problems today. That is for sure. And the reason being is because Manchester City dropped points yesterday. Eli said, this is a must-win game. We cannot drop points. If we draw today or lose, Arsenal therapy 2 p.m. Simple as that. Man City drop points. Pep's getting booed off. You have to win that game. I'm sorry. You've got to win that game. Let's have a brief look at the Premier League table. Very interesting today. Obviously, we got to focus on ourselves first. Arsenal win today. They're top of the league for the time being. Liverpool play Manchester United later on this afternoon. I'm in a difficult situation as an Arsenal fan because I want Manchester United to lose every game. Reality is 4:30. I actually want Man United to beat Liverpool. I know it's difficult. It's difficult as an Arsenal fan to ever say those words out of your mouth. United are not going to trouble us this season. We need to focus on Liverpool and City. So, disgracefully, I'm going to be, hoping that United beat Liverpool. At least a draw, anyway. At least a draw. I don't really want any of them to win. But, yeah, we definitely don't want Liverpool to win, that is for sure. But listen, big game for Arsenal. Manchester City Can you believe it? Look at that form, people. 1 win in their last 5. It's actually 1 win out of their last 6. It is a disgrace, but we got to think about Arsenal and the title. That's all we're interested in. A draw would be good. Liverpool dropped 2 points. United dropped 2 points. And we play Liverpool next week. So we'll take a draw. We'll take a draw. Get well soon to Tom Lock here, of course. Big up to you, Manav, the Luton player who collapsed on the pitch yesterday. 2nd time in a year. I would imagine, just from the outside, don't have any information on it, I would imagine that would be the end of his career. I don't see how he could risk playing on after that. Apparently, he was responsive after the game, which is good. So, yeah, but it's crazy how over the last few years, all of a sudden, players are dropping down with heart conditions. If I speak, I'm in big trouble. Let's not talk about it. But yeah, it's crazy. But listen, we need to win the game today. We've won 4 out of our last 5 in the Premier League, but we did lose our last Premier League game to Aston Villa, and we did draw midweek. So our last 2 games, we haven't won. We need a win today. We need a win today. We have to keep the pressure up. We've got a very big game next week at Anfield. If we don't win today, Anfield looks like an absolute nightmare. As I said, Liverpool play midweek against West Ham in the Carabao Cup. We have no game midweek, so we've got an opportunity to have 7 days rest or 6 days rest and go to Anfield next week. Hopefully, maybe, they have a difficult game midweek against West Ham, which I think they will. So, listen, big game for Arsenal. But as I said, Brighton have won their last 3 games at the Emirates. Where can Brighton be got at, though, people? It's quite simple. Brighton, they score goals and they concede goals, and we need to score more goals. They have conceded 28 goals in 16 games, the highest of any team apart from West Ham in the top 10. When you think Arsenal have conceded 15, nearly half of what they've conceded, they are letting in a lot of goals, but they have scored 33 goals, the same as Arsenal. So they are hitting the back of the net. We've just got to hope, listen, they played on Thursday, maybe a little bit of fatigue. They've had to change their team. João Pedro, some of the players have come out. We need to get the better of them today and show our quality. Gabriel Jesus, we can't have this inconsistency. We need consistent goals. Martin Odegaard, I've said it before, we need the Martin Odegaard of last season. He is our most creative player. We need him cooking if we are going to be successful this season. Want to say a big thank you to Whammer74. He's gifted 5 Curtis Shaw TV memberships. Big up to you, Whammer. He gave 5 for the last game as well. So really appreciate that. Welcome to the new 5 members. We will do a member stream over Christmas. We'll look ahead to the January transfer window and things like that. Who you think we should be going for. So big up to man like Whammer, legend. Unseated Mars, big up to you, bro. He's a new member as well. Really appreciate that. Whammer's out here balling, man. He's having a good Christmas. He's sharing with the community, man. Big up yourself, bro. And that's interesting, isn't it? We could have played Liverpool in the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup if we didn't get knocked out by West Ham, which is a shame, though, because I really think we could have won that competition, and I would have liked to have seen the trophy. Anyway, we have got... what have we got? We've got about 40 minutes until kickoff, and I'm going to go through some of your comments, and then we're going to talk transfers, because there's some stuff I need to talk about in the transfers, people. I always use the pre-game as a bit of an opportunity to use it as the daily show, which is why I go live about an hour before kickoff. 2,000 of you in the chat already. Make sure you like the video. Big up the 48 of you on Twitch as well. C-Unit Business. Welcome the new members who Whammer's gifted. Listen, I've got a name that I need to talk about. I wish I didn't have to talk about it, but I do have to talk about it. Arsenal are being linked today, and I've seen a lot of you saying it in the comments. I've been holding it back. No letting go, no holding. But I have to talk about it, people, in case it happens. And I'm just letting you know, if it happens, this channel will be suspended until further notice. Arsenal being linked with Dominic Solanke. I mean, I don't want to overreact, because this could be pure paper talk and we aren't really interested in him, right? But I'm telling you now, if we sign Dominic Solanke for the price that they're mentioning in this article, this turns to a full-time NBA and hip-hop channel. because I can't continue. If they make this deal happen, I'm done. I will be suspended. I'll be on gardening leave. This is the story coming out of the Daily Star. The big wigs at Arsenal, big wigs, yeah, have been impressed by 26-year-old Dominic Solanke's hard-working displays. Again, hard work. You know, crazy. And believe he can still improve. Bournemouth are pragmatic about cashing in and will listen to offers, but value the player at around £50 million. Now listen, I'm not going to overreact because it could be completely made up. And some of you in the comments saying better than Nketiah. Listen, you're better than Nketiah. I'm talking about the community. You do not spend £50 million on a guy that probably ain't even better than... He's not better than Gabriel Jesus, in my opinion. Why the hell would you pay £50 million for a replacement of Eddie Nketiah? This would be the most insane contract deal I've ever seen at Arsenal. I would lose my head. He's actually not a terrible striker, by the way. I mean, people calling him no lanky. Yeah, he's not a terrible striker, but not to Arsenal. If he was signing for Crystal Palace, or if he was signing for Brentford, he should be going Brentford. We sign Ivan Toney, he replaces Arsenal. 50 million. Listen, I'm not overreacting. I'm calm. I'm relaxed. But if they spend 50 million on Solanke, head loss. Forget Arsenal therapy. I'll be in rehab for 3 months getting over this. I don't think it's going to happen, right? I don't. I think it's paper talk. AJ Woody writes for the Daily Star. Daily Star, bit of a sensationalist newspaper in this country. He is not an Arsenal. I actually think he's having a good season, and I think he is better than Bournemouth. I mean, I'm looking at the Premier League, mid-table clubs. I think he could go to West Ham because Antonio's getting on. He could go to Fulham. He could go to Brentford. I think there are teams there that would take him, but not Arsenal, my friend. I ain't taking no Liverpool reject. I'm not interested in 50 million. Do me a favour. You probably pay 10, 15 more million, you get Toney. You pay 10, 15 more million, you can get, I don't know, Sesko or whoever. Don't buy this guy, please. I tweeted, don't bring this guy anywhere near Arsenal Football Club. Anywhere near. You can't seriously be saying, I want to win the Premier League. I'm going to overcome Pep and City and then sign Dominic Solanke. You're a laughing stock if that happens. Like I said, I don't think he's a terrible player. You know, it'd be great at a mid-table club, but don't bring him anywhere near this football club. Get us Toney or Osimhen, keep this Liverpool reject away. Is there actually... I want to see your comments. Is there anybody... Yeah, I saw the goal thing go off. Is there anybody in the comments that would actually take him, by the way? At least... yeah, we'll need to drink rum to get over that. I don't think it's going to happen. I really don't. Goalkeeper, there you go. Maybe that's why the goal went off. It's telling us he's going to score loads of goals for us. I hear the anger in your voice. When I saw the link, I said, like Dino's saying, I said, nah, it really is the Truman Show. Like, I'm telling you now, someone's going to pop out with a camera. Imagine trying to justify Solanke for £50 million. It would be unbelievable. But I don't believe it's going to happen. I'm trying to stay calm, trying to stay relaxed. What I would like to think is they are using this as an opportunity to maybe put pressure on Brentford or put some pressure on Napoli or whoever to say, listen, we're not just coming in for Toney or whatever. We've got other options here. I'm hoping that's what it is. I mean, Trolanke, better. Hendry says better than nothing, bro. If you went home tonight, I can see you got your family picture up there. If your wife made you 10 slices of bread, dry, and gave it you for dinner, and you said, what kind of dinner is this? She said, well, it's better than nothing. It's still food. Would you eat it and get on with it? You wouldn't, would you? You wouldn't be happy about it if you got bread. Getting Solanke is like getting dry bread on your plate for dinner. You know, it's food, but it ain't what you want. I said, it's like when your mum says you're having a pizza for dinner, you think it's Domino's. It's a Co-op cheese and tomato small pizza that was on sale because it's going out of date in 2 days. It's not quite the pizza you was expecting, is it? It's a striker, but it ain't the striker that we want, my friend. So, do you know what I mean? We don't just want a striker. We want a proper striker. No lanky. No lanky. We don't want him. No thanky. Nonsense Daily Star. Total new contract chat. This will never happen. I hope so. But when we were linked with Havertz, I said that won't happen. Next minute, he was holding up an Arsenal shirt. 60p reduced. You know what I mean? It's out of date tomorrow. And it's dry. Anyway, get that off the screen. It makes me feel sick. If that happens, I'm in big trouble, by the way. I always go on about the pizza, don't I? But I feel like we all experienced that as a kid. You know, we're having pizza tonight. Yes, Domino's stuffed crust. Chicken wings on the side. What's that? Why is the oven on? Oh, yeah, that's the pizza. It's a small cheese and tomato from Co-op. And you're just like, no, what is this? Anyway, it's just not the same, is it? It's not what you wanted. If we buy him, we're finished. Edu has to resign. I don't think it's going to happen. I think we're good. I think we're safe. That pizza analogy just messed with me. I'm telling you, we've all been there. We've all been there, man. When the oven's on, you're fuming. What the hell is that? It's a disgrace here. It's a disgrace. Did you see Osimhen's assist yesterday? I did. A lot of people sent it to me. I said, listen, get him in. Get him in. I've got no problem. Get me a proper striker in the football club. Will they go for Toney? Will they go for Osimhen? Will they go for Solanke? We hope not Solanke. Fabrizio Romano said yesterday, Brentford and England striker Ivan Toney is said to be excited about the possibility of joining Arsenal. Now, under normal circumstances, at a normal football club, I would be excited by Fabrizio tweeting that. However, I realised when Mudryk started doing his best Beyonce impression and still didn't sign for Arsenal. You know, despite the fact he was putting up videos of 21 Savage talking about Arsenal and, you know, his iPad watching the Arsenal game. And then Caicedo put out his life story talking about his 10 brothers and sisters and how desperate he was to join Arsenal. And then in the end, Mudryk and Caicedo never signed for Arsenal. In the Mudryk situation, probably a good thing because he's been stinking out the place at Chelsea. Caicedo played all right yesterday. It was only Sheffield United. I've learnt that a player being excited about coming to Arsenal means absolutely nothing anyway. Doesn't mean a damn thing. What I did like about this was there is another story out today saying that Ivan Toney is Arsenal's top target in January and Solanke is purely a backup option. He shouldn't even be a backup option. But listen, I think Arsenal either go for Toney in January or go for Osimhen in the summer. If they end up with neither one of them, I think they've had an absolute nightmare because I don't think there are many better options around at the moment. Obviously, Sesko, Boniface, there are strikers out there, but they're a lot more risky. They have a lot less on their CV, but maybe Arsenal want to go for somebody else. But listen, it's good that he wants to join. I would love Arsenal to sign him in January. Like Jason's saying, Mbeumo's out for 12 weeks. So are Brentford going to look at it and go, well, if Mbeumo's out for that long, can they really afford to let Toney go? That could drag them into a relegation battle. Chip says, Evan Ferguson, 80 million. I'm not going to say too much about him because we're playing against him today. I think Ferguson is good. I don't think he's done enough yet to cost 80 million. But I'm not going to criticise him because, you know, I'll hammer him and he'll go and score. Big up, Brian. Hope you're well, bro. Brooklyn in the building. Big up, Curtis. Waking up with my lady fog in Atlantic City. 3-1 Gunners. We need to lay the hammer after City slipping. Let's put out a benchmark today. Let's let people know what time it is. I was looking through some of the Brighton results from this season, people. Lost 3-2 at Stamford Bridge to Chelsea. Lost 2-1 to Man City. They did all right there. But, you know, they lost 6-1 against Aston Villa. They got absolutely battered at Villa Park. They play quite an open, expansive style of play, which is why they're conceding so many goals. Arsenal have to take their chances. If you can score early against them, I think you can damage them. I really do. But, of course, they've got threats as well that can cause us problems. But listen, Ivan Toney, Osimhen, you saw Osimhen yesterday, fantastic assist. Get us a proper striker. I know Salman's been saying in the comments for ages, go and get Kylian Mbappe. You know, he's out of contract. We should be making him an offer. We'd all love that to happen, but I don't see it happening. But listen, Toney wants to come to Arsenal. Does it mean much? I don't know. We'll see in January. Big up Sherwell, who's a new member on the channel. Big up yourself. Really appreciate you becoming a member as well. And we've got about 25 minutes until kickoff, people. 25 minutes until kickoff. Red Eye Gooner, did you hear what Redknapp said about Mudryk? I saw that about Lampard. He said Lampard phoned him and said he's quick. He's got no idea about the game. That shows you how crazy football is now, don't it? You can pay £88 million for a player and he doesn't understand the game properly. He's been signed because he's absolutely rapid. You know, 90 plus pace on FIFA, £88 million. He's really struggled at Chelsea, to be honest. Swap Toney for Eddie. I would do that every single day of the week. Apparently, Real, people saying that Real are I don't know. I think what the problem is with Real Madrid have spent the last 2 years trying to sign Mbappe. They haven't got it done the last 2 years. And I read a story saying that when they had an opportunity to go for Haaland, because Haaland was leaving and he had that release clause, Madrid didn't really focus on Haaland that much because they thought they were getting Mbappe that summer. Then Haaland goes to Man City, starts ripping it up. They missed out on Mbappe and Haaland. The following year, he stays again. So I think Madrid are getting in a situation where they're like, they've let Benzema go. They've got no striker. They've got no Mbappe. They've missed out on Haaland. So now they're giving PSG and Mbappe deadlines. So it'd be interesting if they don't sign him, but I think they will. And the third story, we have spoken about Solanke. As I said, don't want that guy anywhere near Arsenal Football Club. The only time he should be at Arsenal is if we're playing Bournemouth or if he's an Arsenal fan and he's going for the tour. That's the only way he should be anywhere near that stadium. We didn't move to the Emirates to sign Dominic Solanke, people. No, thank you. Ivan Toney set to apparently really excited about the possibility of joining Arsenal, but will it happen? Don't forget, Champions League draw tomorrow, 11 a.m. I'll go live about 10 minutes before. I know it starts at 11, but you know, when you watch these draws, it takes 20 minutes, half an hour before they start. Draw anyway, because they're always, showing videos and talking to people. Make sure you tune in for that. That is massive. Obviously, Arsenal can get Lazio, Porto, PSG, and Napoli. And, obviously, if you're in the draw, then enjoy it. The Europa League draw will be an hour later. Conference League draw is after that. And the clubs that aren't in the draw, my apologies. Anyway, let's talk about another story that Arsenal being linked with. We can get Inter Milan as well. Another player being linked in the other direction today, people, is man like Aaron Ramsdale. Chelsea goalkeeper Robert Sanchez facing an extended spell out of the team with a knee injury. They had an inexperienced goalkeeper in yesterday. Chelsea want a goalkeeper, and they're being linked with Aaron Ramsdale. I've seen stories today linking Chelsea with a move for David De Gea on a free transfer until the end of the season. You would think from Chelsea's point of view, it would make more sense for them to get David De Gea on a free until the end of the season than go for Ramsdale. Arsenal apparently want £50 million for Ramsdale, which is fair. Chelsea spend big money on young players. Why should we do them a favour? Me personally, I said this the other day. Arsenal shouldn't be doing any favours for Chelsea whatsoever. So my initial thought process would be, don't sell him to Chelsea. Leave them to suffer with no goalkeeper. However, this is my flip side of the situation. The Athletic put out a report that Arsenal can probably only sign one player in the summer for a decent amount of money. Any other player is going to require a loan, to get somebody in on loan with an obligation or an option to buy in the summer, or selling somebody to make more money to buy another player. If you said to me, Arsenal can sign Ivan Toney or Osimhen or somebody like that, if they sell Ramsdale, I would probably sell him. because I think Arsenal need more than one player in January. I think we need a versatile defender because we have no Tomiyasu. He's going Asia Cup and he's injured. You've also Timber's out for months as well. We're going to need another defender. You've also got to look here as well. Partey's going AFCON. El Nenny's going AFCON. Jorginho's ill at the moment. Our midfield is solely being carried by Declan Rice. So we need a centre mid. And I think we all know we could do with a striker. So let's say we went and bought a centre mid with the money that we've got. I would personally be willing to let Ramsdale go if that meant 50, 60 million comes in and that gets me and Ivan Toney. I would sacrifice him. People going mad, yeah, because Ramsdale put out an interview saying Phil Foden's the best player he's ever played with, and everyone's going crazy about it. Listen, football is difficult because as a content creator especially, and as fans, you want players to be open and honest. It makes for content. But also, you think sometimes players don't have a brain sometimes. You think, have you got rice pudding in your head or something, mate? Number one, we're in a title race against Manchester City, my friend. We're trying to win the Premier League against one of the best club teams that we've ever seen in this country. Even if I think Foden's the best footballer I've ever seen, if you ask me in that interview, I'm not saying Phil Foden. I'm not publicly coming out saying, oh yeah, a Man City player that I'm competing with, he's the best player I've ever seen. Give him a massive confidence boost. I'm not saying it. I'll keep it quiet. I'll tell people behind closed doors. As a content creator, it's great. But the Arsenal fans are going crazy online. They're saying, get him out the club. Why is he praising Man City? Blah, blah, blah. It is what it is. He's lost his smile, people. He's lost his smile. But yeah, maybe he couldn't concentrate during the interview. Maybe he forgot where he was. He's definitely not publicity trained. First of all, says City player's the best player. And then, it doesn't mean that much to me, but I think... in these title races, I think psychological advantages, you've got to try and gain them. I'm not praising Phil Foden when we're going to war with him. But you never know. They say, keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer. Maybe he's trying to get in their head, but I just don't think he's clever enough to be doing that. But it is what it is. Ramsdale being linked with Chelsea. Arsenal want 50 million. Would you sell him for 50 million? Or would you... would you not do Chelsea that favour? I'm not sure. Still better than Raya, in my opinion, says Midnight. Ramsdale is applying pressure, mate. Play me or I'm going to City. He's shameless. Bro, he's got absolute... If he goes to Man City, mate, he's filling up water bottles. He ain't playing at City. They've got Ederson in goal. Curtis, nothing wrong with his opinion. Saka is the best players. We have talent. Listen. Again, I'm not that bothered about it. It's not that deep to me. I just saw people online going crazy saying you don't praise a player who you're going to war with. It is what it is. Let's just keep it moving. But we need a world-class goalkeeper. I mean, I said this in the week, didn't I, people? I said, for me, I'm actually in a situation where I wouldn't have a problem with Arsenal getting rid of both of these keepers in the summer. I know, obviously, we're in a situation where Raya's coming in. I think we've already agreed the deal. But I would have no problem David Raya being the number 2 and Aaron Ramsdale gets sold and you go and buy somebody else. I actually don't think, personally, and I could be totally wrong, I'm not sure either one of those goalkeepers are Premier League winning level goalkeepers, if I'm being totally honest. I mean, I know Leicester won the title with Kasper Schmeichel, but you look over the years, Liverpool won it with Alisson, Chelsea won it with Courtois, Man City won it with Ederson. You tend to win the league with a top quality goalkeeper. They're not going to address that situation because we got bigger problems in different situations. We need a striker, we need a centre mid, we need a right winger, we need a versatile goalkeeper. But if we had a lot of money to spend in the summer, I'll be honest, I wouldn't mind selling one of them and buying a top quality. Or you get me Oblak, you get me Mignon, is it? Mignon? I don't know how to say his name. Mike Mignon from AC Milan, he looks top quality. Oblak, I know Oblak's 30, 31, but I'd still take him. I think he's a beast. But yeah, that Maignan from AC Milan looks very good. But, you know, he's signed David Raya. He's going to keep him as number 1 and probably sign a number 2 in the summer. DS Electronic said, Curtis, believe me, none of our goalkeepers will take us to Premier League glory, and we need an elite striker. Emi Martinez says, Al. Let's have a look. Oblak won't leave Atletico. Curtis says, a fan base, we are biased on Ramsdale. Let's get behind Raya. Listen, every match day, we're behind David Raya. As soon as that game kicks off, no problem. But we also have to recognise, is this guy good enough? What we can't do is just shut up and go, oh, let's just get on with it. Because he's cost us goals at the same time. He got lobbed at Chelsea. He missed the cross at Newcastle. You know, this is Arsenal, bro. This ain't Brentford. We ain't got time for him to settle in. This ain't an apprenticeship. Come in for 2 years and settle in, and then you can take the job. You're working the job from day one, bro. So he's got to fix up. We ain't got time. I believe this is the year to try and win the league. Last year was the year to win the league. This is the year. Man City, something ain't right at the moment. Pep's getting booed, and by the fans. It's wild. Raya is a Spanish keeper. Believe me, Arteta won't give up on him. Bellerin took 3 years to get sold. Raya cost us 2 goals against Luton as well. Honestly, Raya has not shown even a moment that's filled me with confidence. Don't trust that guy at all. It's time to give Heinz Beans a chance. Osman said, do you think we're better than Liverpool? Do you know what? I'm going to say it like this. I think at the moment, Liverpool are better than us. And I'll tell you why. I think we're missing too many key players to be better than them. I think Arsenal, to be better than Liverpool overall over the courses, I think you need Thomas Partey in midfield. If you put Thomas Partey next to Declan Rice with Odegaard in front, I think our midfield's way better than theirs then, with McAllister and Szoboszlai and Gravenberch. I don't think that has the same balance. If you get Tomiyasu and Timber at fullback, I think our defence is elite as well. You know, the goalkeeper, Alisson, is better than both of our keepers. I think at the moment, and we're going to see next week because we play them, Zinchenko can be got at. Ben White's not in great form. The goalkeeper situation isn't fully settled. Even though people are saying, yeah, support David Raya, that's cool. We're not fully settled in what he is at the moment. And obviously they've got Mo Salah in attack. Diaz, Nunez, Gakpo, they haven't really lit up the Premier League yet. And I don't think their midfield has a great balance. They've been playing McAllister as a 6. I don't think he's that great there either. If they get a quality DM, it's a problem. Holly said, Curtis, I know it was a messy divorce, but Martinez was the one, head and shoulders better than both our keepers. Listen, people hate it when I even mention it, but it's the reality, I'm afraid. He's the best keeper we've had in years. Trent is balling right now. He is. He's on fire. We will learn next week. We'll see. We'll see. Last year, Zinchenko was crying, and Trent was nutmegging him. So we'll see. We'll see today as well, though. This is a very big test today, let me tell you. 3,250 of you in the chat. We kick off in 15 minutes. Spacetime said, see, what do you think of João Paulinho? I like him. Good player. 28 years of age. If you could get him at a reduced price, I'd take him. João said, Curtis, let's be honest. Is Ivan Toney an upgrade on Gabriel Jesus? I think Gabriel Jesus is a fantastic player, right? I've always said that. Technically, his understanding of the game, he's not a top quality goal scorer, and he never has been. So I'm not saying Toney's a better footballer than Jesus, because I don't think he is. I think he's a better goal scorer than Jesus. And I think we need a goal scorer. And I also think he gives you that physical presence. He's more aggressive. He can bully big centre-backs. I see Jesus at times get bullied by big, strong centre-backs. And that's the problem for me. So it's not necessarily, is he better? He's a better goal scorer. And that's what I think we lack. Bro has himself on a coffee mug. Cheers, bro. Merry Christmas. You're mugging me off. You really are. You're mugging me off. Do you think Ivan Toney cements us as an elite team? I think he's a player for good, not top team. I just think he's got something that we lack. I really do. I think he would score a lot of goals. I really do. He plays the width for the 18-yard box as well. I don't think he'd be running all over the pitch like Jesus. And I still think at times our front three's a little bit nice, if you know what I mean. You've got Martinelli who runs around a lot. You've got Saka getting doubled up on, getting kicked all over the place. And then your strikers go in and link in play everywhere, which the manager obviously wants him to do. I think if you're playing against Toney, you've got a bit of a bully up there. And that's what I think we lack. Listen, I've always said I don't think Ivan Toney's world class. I don't. I think he can score a lot of goals at Arsenal, though. Taz says Solanke just scored against me on FM. It must be a sign. Turn that game off quick and reload it. It never happened. Samaz, what's up, C? What do you think of Mateta? Listen, he's a bully, innit? I don't think he's that good. I remember that time when he bullied us and he turned into Drogba. But I'm glad he scored yesterday. Trey said he's got the finishing touch, which we don't have. We can become elite because of him. I just think he can glue things together, you know. Well, even if we don't get him, I'm not saying, oh, it's Ivan Toney or no one. There's other options, but go and get them. We got to make a move in January. And like somebody just said there, he bullied Saliba, and I haven't really seen anyone bully Saliba like that, to be honest. 12 minutes until kickoff. Rather play with two strikers. I think you could. I think you could play Jesus moving off him. Around him, I think would work. But then what do you do with the midfield? You know, who do you play? Nico says, big up yourself. See one of the realists out here. Big up yourself, bro. Appreciate it. What has Daichi predicted today? I mean, listen, there's no excuses, mate. Absolutely no excuses. I'm performing miracles at Everton, mate. 10 points off, and look at us, we're flying. Arsenal, you've got no excuse. Brighton, they played on Thursday night. You played Tuesday night. If you don't win today, mate, you're eating glass for breakfast in the morning because we're real men. We eat bricks, we eat wood, we eat concrete. I'm going 3-1 to Arsenal, mate. 3-1 to the Gunners. Sun's out. Sodergaard's birthday. He's going to be cooking. There you go, people. There you go. They love the Daichi, don't they? They love the Sean Dyche one. Big up everyone who's just locked in. 3,250 in the chat. Vivek said, I'm scared of Arsenal. City are bottling the league. Big up Vivek. He used to troll us in the comments. Now he's scared of us. We've come a long way. That billion ain't really done much, has it, for Chelsea? Play Jesus as an 8. So we're going to play our striker as an attacking midfielder. He's going to play Odegaard there, isn't he? So I don't see him playing Jesus as an 8. Could Jesus be like the Joel Linton of Arsenal, you know, end up playing in midfield? How can there only be 400 likes after such a quality impression? I don't know. I don't know what more you want. What more do you want, people? I've asked for 3,000 likes. It's free. There's 3.5k in the chat. You're mugging me off, mate. You're mugging me off. You're eating glass for breakfast. I'm telling you, that's all you're having. No Wheater bricks, no ready bread. You're eating glass. Jay said, Big C, should we buy Toney and change to 4-4-2? The problem I've always said, how do you play 4-4-2 with Rice, Odegaard, and if Partey ever turns back up? Can Odegaard play in a 4-4-2 in the middle? I just don't know. I don't know if he's got that about him. T said, Jesus and Watkins. Toney could become world class, says Dylan. Oh, could he become world class? It's hard to tell, innit? It's hard to tell, you know. There aren't many top quality strikers in world football now. That's the thing. My thought process was always, he got 20 at Brentford. We create more than Brentford. He's got 2 quality wingers and Odegaard behind him. I think he could score more. And he takes penalties as well. But who knows? If he signs, we'll find out. Eddie can become world class. He already is world class at acting. Beverly Hills Cop 4 coming out this year, people. Can't wait for it, Eddie. That's the only thing he's world class at, mate. Someone please make me a member. O'Dane's asking for a membership. We might hand out some memberships if you get the likes up. You know what I mean? It's season to be jolly, Christmas and that. But we need them likes up, people. Bonyface is a good name. It is. I haven't seen much of him as a player, but a lot of people rave about it. And Jay said, do you think Dybala's a good player? I've always liked Dybala, but, you know, I love the celebration FIFA days, you know, back in the day. What about Solanke? He's been cooking. No. Tempted to time you out, Callum. Got to be honest. I don't care what he's been cooking at Bournemouth. Leave him at Bournemouth. We don't want him anywhere near. Big up Adiola who passed his exams. Big up yourself, bro. Well done to you. It is a big day for Arsenal Football Club. We simply cannot afford to make a mistake, people. It's as simple as that. We all know yesterday was a good day for Arsenal. Manchester City drew with Crystal Palace 2-0 up, 1 win in their last 6. Manchester City were booed off the pitch at the end of the game. Pep was asking for more noise from the Man City fans, and he got it. They booed him. I don't think that's the kind of noise Pep was really talking about. He's probably thinking, how ungrateful are these fans? I've won the treble and you're booing me off the pitch. But listen, fans are within their right. You know, once you spoil them, they expect that all the time, people. They're saying we're not paying our money for 1 win in 6. So he asked for noise and he got it. They booed him off the pitch and said, you're a bold fraud, mate. So listen, you've got to take advantage of City dropping points. I've said before and I've said again, you've got to take advantage of no Kevin De Bruyne. They're not quite the same team. They don't have the same level of control. They're conceding sloppy goals. I said that I think their transfer window was actually, a lot of them were downgrades. I think Kovacic is worse than Gundogan. I think Vardio is worse at left back than Nathan Ake, who I thought was brilliant last season. You've got to take advantage. You know, you can't just lose Gundogan and Mahrez and Laporte. You know, they are top quality players. And we've got to take advantage. Do you know the crazy thing about Manchester City, which I just don't understand? No matter what Manchester City do in the league, it feels like the lead doesn't get any bigger. Manchester City have won 1 game in their last 6, and they're 2 points behind us. I know we've got a game in hand. If we win today, it'll be 5 points. We've got to make sure we win the game. But it's like they don't really fall that far behind. We've won 4 of our last 5. They've won 1 out of 6. They're 2 points behind us. Clearly, obviously, they win most of their games. But it is vital that we win today. This can change very quickly. If we win today, we're going to Anfield next week thinking, come on, let's have it. You know, Delia Smith, let's be having you. If we get beat or draw today, it's a problem because we lost last week to Villa and then Anfield next week. Confidence needs to be high. We have got to get 3 points today. Go above Liverpool. Put some pressure on them at Anfield today. Everybody thinks Man United are just going to get smashed today against Liverpool. I actually don't think they will. I think because Bruno Fernandes is out, it kind of forces Ten Hag to go there and just defend. He'll probably play Mainu, McTominay and Amrabat and he'll just park the bus. And, they'll try and stink out Anfield and get a point. They probably will end up losing. I don't think they're good enough to keep them out. But, maybe they can get a scruffy draw over there. But we need to make sure we win. And Aston Villa, of course, are up there as well. We can't ignore them. They beat us last week. They beat Man City. Until they're not in the race, they're in the race. And Villa go to Brentford today, so that'll be a tricky game for them. That kicks off at 2 p.m. as well. So feel free to keep me updated in the comments with the latest scores. So massive game for Arsenal Football Club today. As I said, the game is not live in the UK. Thank you very much, Sky Sports. What am I paying for? West Ham against Wolves. Oh, cheers. Can't wait, mate. Can't wait. So VPN settings. So if anybody has a decent link, a lot of people in the chat asking for links, feel free to share the links. We're all fighting the same fight today. But this is going to be a big game. Of course, Matoma is a big danger. Very good player. Matoma against Ben White. Ben White has, in my opinion, not been in very good form over the last few weeks. Looked very casual on the ball, too relaxed. I mean, he said he don't watch football. The last 2 weeks, he's played like he don't play football. Never mind, watched it. So we'll have to see. It's on USA Network in the States. And people saying it's on... what was that other channel? Somebody just said Optus Sport 5. So we'll be looking. We'll be looking. I've got a couple of streams, one on my phone and one on the TV. So we'll be fighting the battle, people. But we have got 4 minutes until kickoff. Going to be a very important game today, that is for sure. We need 3 points, nothing less. Players are on the pitch. It's on beIN Sports as well. So there we go. Big up to everyone showing the links in the chat. Let's just get this sorted out over here. USA Network. I think I might. Let's hope this works. Otherwise, it's a dot along. Right, I've got it. But I don't know how delayed it is, so we'll see. 3-1 Arsenal. Yeah, I'm going 3-1 Arsenal. I think there'll be goals today. Brighton concede a lot and score a lot, and I think that's what will happen today as well. Players on the pitch. Looking forward to this game, actually. Canal Plus, French channel. We definitely got to collect today. Anything less than a win is a problem. Big problem. Because you've got to take advantage of City dropping points. As simple as that. And we go to Anfield next week. There's no room for manoeuvre here. 2-1. 4-1. C-Unit, massive game. Need them 3 points from our bogey side. 100%. Need to put pressure on Liverpool. Need to put pressure on Liverpool. Players are on the pitch. I hope Milner is at left back as they're listing. I personally don't think he will be there. I think he'll probably play in midfield, but we'll see. Right, I got 2 links. We're going all multi-screen today. Jeff's telling people. Let's go. Arsenal. Right, there we go. Screen's up, so we'll see how this goes. Hopefully the watch-along works well. Fubo Sports. People sharing links. We're kicking off in 2 minutes. Players are on the pitch. North London forever. Ringing around on Odegaard's birthday. He's probably crying. He's probably emotional. If Milner is at left back, because they're listing, and they are listing him at left back. Matoma, Lallana, and Adingra at the front 3. With Ferguson up front. Evan Ferguson will be interesting. Milner at left back. Veltman at right back. Saka needs to be cooking Milner at left back. Honestly, let me get the tweet at. Milner's an experienced player. He reads the game well, don't he? You know, it won't be as easy as we would expect. But come on, Saka. If you can't get the better of James Milner, mate, what the hell are we doing here? And I think he will. I hope he does anyway. Must-win game for Arsenal today. No doubt about it. We're about to kick off, people. We are about to kick off. And there you go. We are underway. We are underway, people. And I think it already has kicked off because it says here, game underway. We're underway, people. Arsenal against Brighton. Big game. Lewis Dunk, you know, is a player that I've always thought somebody should have signed him. I'm really surprised that he's still there. I think he's a really good centre-back. I know he's about 30 years of age now, which is why people haven't really gone near him. But I've always thought he was a good player. So we're underway, people. I think I'm about 20 seconds behind there, I think. It's already on 1 minute, yeah. But we'll work with it. We'll work with it. Let's get the 3 points today. That's all that matters, people. Let's get the 3 points. Any good streams, feel free to share the streams in the chat. 3,000 in you in the chat, so make sure you like the video as well. We're shooting towards the clock end in the first half. Trossard on the bench. Ben White. There's a number of factors here, isn't there? Ben White, former Brighton player. Danny Welbeck, former Arsenal player. Trossard, former Brighton. Remember, Reece Nelson rejected a move to Brighton to stay at Arsenal, which I've always said I thought was a bit of a mistake for him. I think he should have actually probably gone there. Arsenal have the ball. Declan Rice. We have to start bright. I think we've been starting games too slow in recent weeks. We could do with an early goal to ease the pressure. Saka up against James Milner. Milner's a very experienced player, and you see there Matoma straight away doubles up. It's not. Oh, that was an early half chance there. Good ball into the box. Keep feeding Saka. Feed him, feed him, feed him until he's full. Put the pressure on James Milner. Sky Sports Premier League New Zealand. And make sure you keep... Anyone gets any goals from the other games, let me know. I know Brentford, West Ham, and... Brentford, Villa. Brentford, Villa, and West Ham, Wolves. So feel free to keep me updated. We've started quite well. We've started bright here. Jesus had a little half chance. Didn't really get hold of the ball properly there. That could have been a shot on goal. Remember, as I said, Brighton played Europa League midweek. 2 days after us. There's no excuses for Arsenal. They need to perform. Declan Rice on the ball. We got to win today. Have to win. Odegaard on that right-hand side. Odegaard's down on the floor. I hope that ain't a major injury. What happened there? Did he get kicked? Show us the replay then. Share the links. Anyone got links? Put them in the chat. Oh, he got kind of barged in his face there, didn't he? Just do VAR. Send him off. Get him off the pitch. I don't really know what happened there. It looks like he barged him as he took a hit to the face. Happy birthday, mate. There you go. Take a whack on the nose. Which ain't great. Get up, man. You're the captain. If he's not bleeding, mate, I expect him to get up. Little barge. You got to be stronger than that, man, I'm afraid. I know that might sound harsh, but come on. It's the Premier League. You're the skipper, man. You ain't getting away with that. You're just not. Soft. Brother, this soft, man. Needs to be stronger than that. I know he took a little whack, but come on. It ain't worth rolling around on the floor. You ain't going to get sent off for that either. I don't think he is harsh. I get it, you know, he gets a body check, but he's on the floor holding on to his face. Get up, man. There's no blood there. But we're back underway. He's all right now. He is all right. Keep sharing them links, people. Lots of you in the chat asking for links to watch the game. It is on the USA network. So make sure you've got it on. If not, I'll try and guide you through the commentary, people. He's soft, it's more that he's falling dark. Listen, I get it. He might be trying to get him sent off as well, which you can do nowadays as well. So I respect what he's trying to do, but don't do it for too long. We have started the game quite well. We look all right on the ball. It's just about creating that first opportunity. Last year, Mitoma cooked us. Brighton player didn't get booked, no. No, it wasn't that bad, to be honest. Back underway anyway. I'm just trying to refresh this link to get it closer to because I think I'm about 30 seconds behind the live game, but we'll have to work with it anyway, people. I'm going to refresh it. Right, we're back underway. Odegaard, dark arts trying to get him in trouble. Yeah, I get it. He's trying to get him sent off, but it didn't work, that's for sure. Havertz hat-trick. I hope so. I'd love that. Saliba in possession for Arsenal. 6 minutes gone. I pay £70 a month to watch Arsenal and they're hardly on TV. Shambles. That's what you get, mate. That's what you get. I'm trying to refresh this now to get it closer. Jesus had a chance, apparently. Failed dark arts. I've just refreshed it, so I'm trying. Mine's off the screen at the moment. I've got a dot along here in front of me, though. Has the brother H ever paid you for the Havertz winner? He disappeared, bro. He's gone. He's gone, you know. Big up Dud Pistachio as well. Hope you're well. And this ain't the H, by the way, that was that said that. It was a different one. So people always think it's him, but it isn't. Soft arts. There you go. Not even the dark arts, the soft arts. 6 minutes gone. Arsenal in possession. Odegaard's dropping very deep to get the ball, man. Saka's playing quite well here on the right-hand side up against Milner, as you would expect. You've got to keep getting the ball to him. You've got to keep feeding him. 7 minutes gone. Keep putting crosses in. These lot will tire. Martinelli, I agree, is end product. You know me, I'm a big fan of Martinelli, but his crossing and shooting has to improve. That final decision when he's on the ball it's the thing that lets him down, if I'm being totally honest. He's got all of the dribbling and the pace, but the final ball at times not good enough. Even there, the cross, it bounces before it even gets in the area. Got to do better than that, to be honest. Especially at this level. Saliba with the ball. They are giving us space. And this is what I'm saying. I think when a team attacks us, it suits us a little bit, you know. And I'm hoping that this will suit us with Brighton trying to come onto us and play, you know. Big up D Guna. He's not a winger, he's a striker, says Jamrot. Well, listen, he's playing on the wing, so he needs to, you know, he needs to perform there, don't he? That's the issue. It's not about where he thinks he's playing, it's where he is playing. 8 minutes gone, no goal yet. Brighton have the ball. Van Hecker with possession. Bagging Martinelli, head down and oblivious. Only on the right-hand side is doing something. Saka's the key. Saka's the key on that right today, definitely. Brighton have the ball. They look quite open, Brighton, at the back. I think if we can move the ball quickly. Saka's got the ball back, right-hand side. Keep feeding Saka. Keep feeding Saka, I'm telling you. James Milner at left-back, they should not be getting away with this. We should be causing problems with him there. We do need to cook on both sides. Remember, Martinelli's only got 2 goals this season. It's not enough for a player of his quality. We should be getting more than that. Move the ball quicker. Arsenal free kick in the corner. Saka's down now. Every game this guy's on the floor. He gets kicked all over the place, but he's always on the floor. Yet again, we're not clinical. But that's the problem, you see. Brighton are having a lot of the ball as well. I think Saka's all right. I don't think we're that difficult to play against sometimes. That's the thing, because you look at it, in terms of physicality, apart from Rice, who is that aggressive to go and win the ball back, you know? That's kind of the thing. We don't have loads of it in our team either. We miss Thomas Partey in that role, really. That's why we want a centre mid. I think Saka must be the most fouled player in the Premier League. I don't see a player on the ground as much as Saka. He's consistently getting fouled. Here's Havertz on the ball. I think the first time I've mentioned him in the game so far. In the middle. Danny Welbeck there on the bench. I'm sure he'll be desperate to come on. Hopefully he doesn't do anything. Do you think Saka? I actually think Saka's quite strong, but he just seems to get fouled a lot. He needs to, you know, I don't know. He gets fouled a lot. Does he hold on to the ball for too long? Partey is our new January signing. Remember when Wenger always used to say that? He's, you know, he's like a new signing. Danny Welbeck back from injury. He's like a new signing. You know, he always gives us that spiel every season, didn't he? Lallana. I'm not being funny. If you can't break down a team with Adam Lallana, James Milner, do you know what I mean? They're about 100 years old between them. But they are a good team, Brighton. They keep the ball well. Odegaard's passing's been poor, said Al. Missed the predictions. I went for 3-1, but we haven't created much so far. Got to be honest. Joel Linton is the wall. He's a good player, Joel Linton. He improved in midfield. Up front, he was dreadful. Declan Rice wins the ball back for Arsenal. 12 minutes gone. Game's gone a little bit slow now. Game has slowed down quite a lot. We started quite bright. Johan said his stream is freezing. Without Odegaard, if he's not on form, we struggle to create. That's the problem. Brighton have settled into this game way too easy now. First 5 minutes, we look sharp. Now Brighton are starting to keep the ball. They look comfortable. I don't think we press very well at times. We make life a little bit too easy for them, which is annoying. Matoma has the ball left-hand side for Brighton. Slow start to the game. Got to just keep getting the ball to Saka. He's got to do better. You're up against James Milner, my friend. You've got to do way better. I know Matoma drops back as well, and he is going to help out where he can. But we've got to be punishing them. He's 1v1 there with Milner in the penalty. It's so obvious. You cut inside, he's shot straight at him. He's got to do better than that. You should be bending that towards the far corner there. He hits it straight at the keeper. Saka doesn't even come close. Listen, you get James Milner in the area 1v1 like that. You should be ripping him to bits. It's a tame shot. Cuts inside, hits it straight at him. He's got to do way better than that for me. The keeper should be making a really good save there. At least. It's way too easy. Come on, here we go again. Here's Saka in the area. Oh, it's blocked. Throw into Arsenal. Come on. We got to do better. We're getting in decent positions, but the end product's not good enough. Here's Ben White, right-hand side. Can we create something? Saka. Ball whipped in. Oh, it's wide. They don't want to shoot. We just love passing the ball. 1-2s all over the place. Somebody get the ball out their feet and pull the trigger. I actually can't believe it at times, you know. Saka's actually getting 1v1 with Milner at times. That's I don't know if that's crazy from Brighton or they don't think they're not that worried about him. I mean, they have doubled up there, but we need that first goal. Good tackle there by Saliba. Wins the ball back. Zinchenko hasn't been in the game much. Even there in the area, I think Declan Rice should have done better there. He could have shot. He's still trying to pass to Saka. You're 10 yards out. And Saka's just shooting straight at the defender. They're the runs you want to see from Declan Rice more. But because he doesn't have that insurance policy of Thomas Partey there, he doesn't do it as much. Oh, Odegaard shot just wide. That was decent. Tried to bend it in the far corner. That was better. You lot need a striker and a DM. 100%. Listen, they're waiting for Partey to come back for the DM. The striker needs to be bought from outside. You know, this is why we need something else. We need a player that, you know, lives and breathes goals, in my opinion. Mine's 2.5 minutes behind, says Callum. Don't worry, we're working with it. Is the game on TV for you, man? I've got a stream through the VPN. I think mine's slightly delayed. Omar said Arsenal therapy. I can feel it. I hope not. Did Milner? He didn't get a yellow for that, did he? Milner on a yellow card would be absolutely great. It's dirty, that. He's been dirty for a while, Milner, I think. As he's got older. The thing is, what I don't understand, right, is you watch this, right? Saka, it's like you can foul him 2 or 3 times before the ref will even consider giving a yellow card out. It's really strange. Watch every game. Saka gets fouled, and after about the 4th or 5th foul, the ref will go, come here, that's too many now, it's a yellow card. But the first 2 or 3, it's like you just get a free hit. Just take him out. I mean, that's dirty from Milner. He knows what he's doing as well. He's been turned. He ain't going to catch him. That's the 2nd or 3rd time he's done that. And he won't do it. The problem is, yeah, like you said, if Milner gets a yellow card, it will take him off. And I almost want Milner to be on the pitch because I feel like we can get the better of him. Saka doesn't look happy, but he should be enjoying this game today, man. Havertz's been quiet so far. So is Gabriel Jesus. I've already mentioned him. Brighton have the ball. Lewis Dunk. And listen, Ryan, you're right. James Milner is... How old is Milner? 36? Milner? James Milner is 37 years of age. He's a centre mid playing at left back against one of the best right wingers in the Prem. I expect him to kick Saka, and Saka should expect it. It's not rocket science what's going to happen here. He's going to have a difficult game. Well done there. Havertz wins the ball. Here we go on the attack. Come on. Odegaard. Saka on the right-hand side. Again, we get out wide. We end up coming backwards and then slowing the attack down. We just don't like shooting from the edge of the penalty area, do we? It's like we have to look for another pass before the shot comes. Shoot from outside the box more. They've packed the area. We're struggling to get in there. It's just too slow. It's got to be quicker. It really is boring at times, seeing how we get to the edge of the box and then work it backwards. Jesus. Oh, shot by Jesus there, saved. And the keeper picks it up. I think that's the first shot from Jesus. But yeah, Verbruggen in goal. I've actually never heard of this guy. Never heard of him. So shoot on sight. Saka is only one of the best in the Premier is because of what? His numbers. No, I'm talking on the right wing. He's one of the after Salah. You'd probably say he's the best right winger in the Premier League. But he does need to improve. I think he needs to add a trick to his game, Saka. I think at times he's a bit too predictable. He needs to sometimes drop a step over or, do sort of move it a bit different. Jesus not a striker, shaking my head. He's a false nine, isn't he? He's almost like an attacking midfielder. I think the problem with Havertz and Odegaard, especially in those creative roles, is they're two players that like to get the ball and they kind of relax on the ball a little bit, where sometimes you need someone with intensity who's going to drive. Come on, into the area. Get a shot off. Come on. Test this goalkeeper, man. Jesus, come on, man. This guy, Jesus, man. He just doesn't fill me with confidence. He gets in the area. It's almost like he don't want to shoot. He had so much time. He stopped the game here as well. When Jesus gets the ball, I don't think his natural instinct is to look to score. I almost think it's like, what do? Do I pass? Now there's an injury. Game stopped. Get me a striker in January, please. We need one. Honestly, one of his best games this season was right wing against Vardy. I genuinely don't think he almost has that confidence in front of goal. I mean, listen, it's not a bad effort. He's trying. At least his shooting is what I will give him credit for. But he almost looks better. I mean, even there, the way he gets it, he's drifted from the left. The shot ain't great, but we need a striker, man. We need it. And I like Jesus, Good hairline, strong cheekbones. He don't hit the back of the net enough, I got to be honest. I would like to see sometimes Saka and Martinelli swap wings. I think we're a bit too predictable in a lot of areas. Just get Martinelli right wing, just outpace him. Saka just outpace him. Or play Martinelli through the middle and play Jesus on the left. I don't know, just mix it up a little bit sometimes. Play resumes. I think it was Veltman for Brighton. Here's a corner whipped in by Martinelli. Headed away. Brighton get it away. I get nervous about these games because I feel like I've seen this performance before. We need to score and force them to have to attack us more to create more space. when teams come to Arsenal and it's 0-0, I think they feel like they could, they can keep us out, you know. Come on, here's Zinchenko. Here we go. Can we create something? Header, Gabriel Magalhaes. Oh, the keeper's claimed it. Saved by Verbruggen. And he picks it up. We're searching for the perfect beat. We need that. We need Dr. Dre, bro. We need the producer who can make that beat, that hit record. These are knives and fork beats we're producing, man. You know what I mean? In the kitchen. We need that top striker, that gunman. We're not good from corners either. Kudus apparently scored for West Ham. 1-0. What a player he's been for them, by the way. He's done well, hasn't he? Player we could have bought. Free kick to Brighton. Dunk will take it. Big up, Carlos. Thank you for the super chat. Jesus, first 10 games for Arsenal. Looking like we had reincarnated R9. Remember the confidence and actual balls he had? Made 3 guys fall, then score. When he first came in, I said, listen. Because I remember when he was in Brazil, I heard about him for ages. And when Man City got him, I thought, wow, they were saying this is the best young striker coming out of Brazil. And I thought, they've turned him into a bit of a winger. We're going to get the real striker back. It looked like that. Here come Brighton on the attack. No, well done, Gabriel. But it just doesn't... I mean, yeah, it wasn't R9, but he looked like, oh, maybe we can get the 20-goal striker out of him. Big up Darren who said he's out Christmas shopping. We're playing okay. It's a little bit slow, you know. It's a little bit slow. Prime Jesus or Prime Firmino? Listen, Firmino is the best false 9. He is one of the best false 9s I've ever seen, to be honest. I think Firmino at his best was the elite false 9. He made Salah and Mane look as good as they did. They were that good, but Firmino, he glued all of it together. He was unbelievable. As we saw many times, Firmino used to destroy Arsenal. Alfred said, how many Havertz runs is Odegaard going to effing ignore? We play the same players, same style, same subs. Unless there is an injury, boring. You're right. You're right. If you look at Odegaard, 90% of his passes are to Ben White and Saka on that right-hand side. We don't really do different things. Havertz making runs. No one will play the through ball. I don't think the balance of Arsenal's midfield is right. I just don't think it is. I don't think Havertz and Odegaard play very well together. I just don't. But we'll see. It is 0-0. We need to score. I don't want to go in at half-time 0-0. Jake said, Jesus doesn't make me feel confident as a striker. I would prefer him over Eddie any day being subbed on. 100%. Nobody wants Eddie on the pitch, that's for sure. But as Arsenal fans, we grew up on top strikers. Wrighty, Anelka, Henry, Bergkamp, Van Persie, Aubameyang. Goal scorers. Live and breathe goals. Our most successful periods have had goal scorers. I just think we don't have that striker at the moment that's, you know, going to win us games. Got to remember, we've got 2 wingers that are still quite young. I think sometimes you need that striker to take the pressure off and say, listen, don't worry, I'll score the winner today. Play resumes. Is it Veltman again? I think he's injured again for Brighton. They're going to make a change, I think. John said, if Jesus fell off a boat... If Jesus fell off a boat, he would miss the water. So what are you saying? He's landing on the sand. He'll be on the beach. Veltman comes off. Hinshelwood comes on. Is it Hinselwood? Hinshelwood. Young guy. I think he scored the other week for Brighton. So Veltman is off. Hinselwood is on. Mantas, Prime and Ketty are Prime. Origi! Bro, Origi scored in Champions League finals, bro. We need to, you know. We need to calm down with that. Anyway, game's back underway. Come on, Arsenal, man. This is too easy. You got to remember, we got 48 hours more rest than Brighton. We should be putting it on them. We should be all energy, all action. We seem to move the ball, then get near the edge of the penalty area, then slow down. They get players behind the ball, And the game just slows down a little bit. Throw into Arsenal, right-hand side. We have got to get Saka 1v1 with James Milner more often. And then it's up to him to do some damage because he hasn't done enough to him so far. Throw into Arsenal, Ben White to take it. Slow first half. Haven't made that goalkeeper make enough saves. And the ones we have been pretty much straight at him. Which is frustrating. I do think, yeah, I agree. I've said all season we're a little bit slow. I think sometimes we can be a bit more direct as well. Havertz making them good runs. Here's Odegaard on the ball. David Raya. Plays out. Saliba. Jesus comes short. It's very slow. In the Champions League, we've been more fluid. Yeah, more open. Premier League's different. Champions League clubs will come here, try and play. It'll be less physical. They won't press as quick. You know the Premier League, it's all action. They'll get close to you. They'll put you under pressure. It's a lot different. And that's why I think we've looked better in the Champions League at home than in the Premier League sometimes. Premier League, you get less time and space. I think we've struggled to deal with that. David Raya's basically playing like a sweeper now. He's having nothing to do. Playing 1-2s with Odegaard. Look how deep Jesus is coming to get the ball, man. Free kick to Brighton. Soft foul. And they have the ball back. Becoming a boring game, it is. Luke said Jesus is a Brazilian Lacazette. We've been calling him Jacazette the last few weeks. Saliba does well there. Wins the ball up high. Alfred said last season, the in-the-moment fans saying he is better than Ozil. 24 years old Ozil in this team. Everyone's scoring 15 each. Listen, I always say to people, some people didn't watch Ozil as much maybe. Prime Ozil was one of the best creative players in world football. And look what Ronaldo used to say about him. He was unbelievable. He was, as creative player, you're not going to get much better. You're not. Odegaard had a great season last year, but Mesut Ozil's a different level. Here is Odegaard, though. Finds Jesus. We're moving the ball around, but not getting too far, unfortunately. Make sure you get the likes up. Can we get 3,000 likes? Here's Havertz, left-hand side. Ball whipped in. It's blocked, and the goalkeeper gets it again. That final end product is just not there. It's just not there, people. Nothing. We're not producing. Listen, I was talking about this on, I think, Wednesday or Thursday. I said, I really like this team, but I don't think we have an absolute game changer in attack. Like Alexis or, you know, somebody like that. Alexis was that player who used to go away from home and they were scared of him. The opposition fans were scared of him. They had to double up on him. Even doubling up on him wasn't enough. He was that good. I don't think our attack scares people enough. I would love to see Arsenal go and buy an absolute top quality player, you know, with that killer instinct. Whether that's a winger, whether that's a striker. I just don't think we quite have that player that scares people in attack. And the creativity is lacking as well, you're right. It's only really Odegaard that looks for that ball, and Zinchenko's hardly touched the ball today. John said if Jesus tried to shoot two-pack, he'd have missed. Oh, God. You're going for him today, right? Everyone's on Gabby Jesus. Come on, Gabby. Prove us wrong. Get a goal for us. Here's Zinchenko. Come on. We need a goal. Edge of the box. Brighton are just getting bodies behind the ball. Too slow. Far too slow. Ozil called Spurs bottle jobs last week. Well, he's a smart guy. Smart guy. Here's Odegaard, right-hand side. Looks for Saka. Oh! Goes out for a goal kick. It's not happening for us. Not happening. This is a frustrating game, and I've seen this game time after time after time in the Premier League. Martinelli has got to do better there. His end product this season has been nowhere near good enough. Nowhere near. I mean, look how many players Brighton are putting behind the ball. They're just parked behind the ball. Zinni, see, what was better there was Zinchenko got involved in the attack. You need him to start stepping in as well. Throw into Arsenal, right-hand side. 2-0 West Ham, Kudus again. A player we should have probably signed in the summer. He was cheaper than Havertz. I mean, Saka did well there, pulled it back to Martinelli. I know he's under pressure. For me, I think he's got to hit the target there. I'm sorry, I don't see any reason why he's putting that over the bar. That's the best bit of play of the game. The ball from Odegaard was outstanding. Saka, I don't get Martinelli. That ball from Odegaard is outrageous, by the way. How does Martinelli get underneath that? It's an incredible pass from Odegaard outside of the left foot. I don't know how he puts that over the bar. The last thing you should do is put height on it. Oh my God. What was that from Odegaard as well? 3-on-3 in the area, misplaces the pass. These lot don't want to score, do they? They don't want to score today. Oh dear. Crazy. We need a goal. Odegaard there is 12 yards out in the area on his left foot, still trying to look for a pass. Why is he not looking for a shot there? I don't understand it. We are frustrating at times. Here's Zinchenko. Joins in with the attack. We need this. I'm telling you. Go on, Martinelli. Take him on. You're up against this Hinselwood guy. Young player, man. He should be having nightmares against Martinelli. Look at that goal kick. This game is a snore fest again. And these games worry me because if Brighton go 1-0 up, I'm not confident in us. Hyper said, I told you Odegaard is a packet of fruit and nut minus the nut. God's sake. These comparisons, man. Attack looks short of ideas, man. We move the ball way too slow. We do miss Fabregas badly. And we have nothing on the bench. I mean, maybe Trossard, he'll be fired up for it. Smith Rowe didn't even look fit the other day, so I'm not sure you would want to bring him on in this game. Here's Evan Ferguson. Passes blocked. Arsenal win the ball back. 11 minutes to a half time. It's been slow. It's frustrating. It's been very frustrating. You got Martinelli. I mean, you're up against a teenager. I believe that Hinselwood's a teenager, right? You should be giving him all sorts of... He's 18 years of age. Just made it into the Brighton first team. He should be ripping him to bits. You've got a teenager at right back and a pensioner at left back in James Milner. And we're not really doing much. Fair play to Saka, he did well. Good assist to Martinelli. He should have scored. It should have been an assist. But come on. If we can't get the better of a teenager and a pensioner, well, we ain't going to win no league, are we, at the end of the day? I just don't understand why we don't shoot from the edge of the area more. I don't get it. Here's Zinchenko. We need to do a lot better. This is way too slow. Here's Havertz. Been very quiet in the game. He's made a few good runs, but he's not getting the ball much. Ben White finds Saka. Right-hand side. Odegaard. It's always them three, innit? They have a little triangle on that right-hand side. Ball out wide. Declan Rice. Can we create something? Back to Ben White. This is what happens. And we lose the ball. Odegaard loses it. Wins it back, though. It's too slow and predictable. It's boring to watch. It's so... But honestly, this game is difficult. It's probably doing us a favour not putting it on Sky, to be honest. The VPN's the best. What on earth are we doing? This B-Tech Man City football. Play a different way, man. It's so slow and predictable. I can tell you what we're going to do. We'll get the ball to the right. Odegaard will give it to Saka. Saka gives it back to Ben White. And then we go back and start again. More control. There you go. Ben White, yellow card. There you go. Ben White. I don't watch football. I don't need to. These lot don't think, do they? You do interviews, you say stupid things. And you do things like, yellow card, Ben White. Ref, I'm not being funny. They should have had 3 yellow cards at least. And we get a yellow card. Ben White on a yellow against Mitoma, all the best. This is rubbish, man. Honestly, I'll sacrifice this for last season's football all day long. Honestly, more control, better defensively. No, I want to see the attacking, goal-scoring football of last season. You can't win a league title playing like this. We might be better defensively, but we don't look like we can score. It takes us 30, 40 minutes to break a team down if we're lucky. Absolute snorefest again. Referee couldn't wait to get his card out. We are so predictable. And it was a stupid foul from Ben White. He knew he was going to get booked. He's on the counter-attack. He was going to get outpaced by Mitoma. And I don't trust Ben White against Mitoma for another 40 minutes. Here's Havertz with a shot. It's blocked. Mitoma against Ben White for more than half a game. This game is so frustrating. We have got to score first, because if we go a goal down, I'm not confident we'll beat them. Honestly, the way we're struggling to break them down. I'm surprised how defensive Brighton are playing, but maybe the manager just said, listen, man, they had a tough game on Thursday night. Arsenal have had more rest. Come on, man. The end product's been dreadful. Here's Zinchenko, left-hand side. We have not tested this goalkeeper anywhere near enough. Moving the ball too slow. Another week where I miss Xhaka, says Marty. The words you probably never thought you would say. Who thought we would miss Granit Xhaka, eh? Go and get Xhaka this January. Oh, God. Corner to Arsenal. Come on. Come on. Corner to the Gunners. Whipped in. Oh. Goal kick. This game is honestly terrible. Absolutely terrible. More rest and we look more tired than them. We look like we need the rest. That's a great block, by the way. Good play, Martinelli on the left. Havertz had the rebound. It was blocked. Zinchenko's got to keep joining in. He's got to keep joining in. That's the only way that we can, you know, get up the pitch. He adds to the creative spark there when he goes in there as well. Do you think we miss Xhaka? I think Xhaka is better than what we're getting from Havertz in this team. That's not me saying he's a better player, but it's all about chemistry. The Partey, Xhaka, Odegaard midfield was cooking last season. There's no doubt about it. Partey until probably April. Best DM in the league, people were arguing. Xhaka, 7 goals, 7 assists, had the best season of his career. And Odegaard got 15 goals last season. That midfield was cooking last season. No matter what you think. This midfield, to me, doesn't look as good. It doesn't. I don't know if... I just don't think the balance is right. I don't. You got Rice having a great season. Havertz, okay, we gave him Player of the Month, but he still hasn't been that good, if we're being honest. And Odegaard's having a quiet time of things. So, no, I don't think... I think we do miss Xhaka, but what we miss... We should have upgraded Xhaka. We signed a very different player. So the balance has changed, and obviously they wouldn't have expected Partey to be out for this long, although they probably should have. Latte, don't start doing this to me, bro. Don't do it. He said, would you take a draw? You know my answer. I'm not taking a draw. A draw is Arsenal therapy. 2 p.m. tomorrow. I can't say yes. We've got to win. I'd rather gamble and try and win. The draw does nothing for us. Here's Gabriel Jesus, basically in midfield. Which is why, and a lot of people saying it earlier, you could probably put Jesus in midfield, in that attacking midfield role, and put somebody else up front. Maybe put Havertz up front. Because he doesn't want to play the width of the 18-yard box. He wants to go looking for the ball and join in. Curtis, maybe Arteta is making sure we peak from January onwards. Trust the process. Bro, I can't buy into that. I can't, honestly. I don't believe he's sitting there telling them, listen, just hold back a little bit, and then from January, we're going to be like a steam train. We're not good enough to do that. We're not good enough. We've lost twice in the Prem. We've drawn 3 times. There's no way we can afford to do that. We lost last week. So I don't believe that Arteta is telling the players, you know, take it easy until January, then we'll start going crazy. I don't think that's the case. That's a yellow card for Matoma. So both of the right back for us and the left winger for them on yellow cards. Should have been a yellow earlier in the game, to be honest. Xhaka had that decade chemistry. Well, we waited a long time for something. So at least he had chemistry after that 7 seasons at the football club. Arteta gets a yellow. I think he's been shouting at the ref. He's in the bad books at the moment, isn't he, with the FA and the referees. They think he moans too much, and Arteta gets a yellow. Remember, he's just come back from suspension. From 3 yellow cards in the Prem gets you a yellow. Arteta landing planes again. He loves it. He's fuming, isn't he? He's fuming with that. This ref's been poor, though. They should have had a yellow card about 20 minutes ago. Arteta saying, why aren't you booking people? So he said, all right, I'll book you. How about that one? He's a disgrace, as Ty would say. I seen enough dance before, but I never seen no dance like it. Get out my run, Chan. Get out my run. Signal playing. Signal playing. I seen enough dance before, but I never seen no dance like this. Man's moving like elephant, man. It's mad, people. Disgracia. It's Gabriel Magalhaes. It's because we are very, very soft, physically and mentally, the way Arteta wants it. He wants a nice team. Young players, pretty football, you know. Information and entertainment, people. That's all I can offer you right now, because the football is a snooze fest. I might need a pillow and a quilt if this carries on. Minute till half time. Less than a minute, in fact. Nearly in time added on. Come on. Oh, this is a joke. What a shocking, shocking first half of football. Let's get the tweet ready. Snorefest. Absolute snorefest. Give me back last season's football, honestly. This is so boring. Come on, let's get a goal before half time. Here's Odegaard, shoots. It's blocked. Pascal Gross, is it? Zinchenko, come on. Jesus, he's out wide again. He's so slow. Come on. At least we're in possession. Edge of the box. Move the ball quicker. Ben White, right-hand side. If you're not watching this game, you could probably see exactly what we're doing. You don't even need to watch it to know what we're doing. Here's Jesus. Shots blocked. Goal. Oh, God. End this game, please. Brentford are beating Villa, apparently. I can't even... I didn't stay up for the fight, you know. I can't lie. I fell asleep. I wasn't that desperate to stay up for it anyway. But I watched the highlights this morning, man. Edwards, he's a beast, man. Yard, man. Marty said another week. Oh, no. And big up Asako Crypto. Thank you for the super sticker. Really appreciate it. I actually really appreciate that 3,500 of you are still awake watching this game. It is a snooze fest. Absolute snooze fest. Here's a corner. Headed away. Odegaard, left-hand side. Come on, Martinelli. We need end product. Jesus. Come short. Martinelli with the shot. It's blocked by Gilmore. It's bouncing around. Come on. Rubbish. Saka tackle. Shot, Saka. Goal. Oh, that's absolutely dreadful. It's dreadful. Honestly, they've got no idea. It's absolute. It's Havertz dummy in the. I don't think Havertz knows what day it is. Player of the month. Jesus. We lack creativity and we lack a goal scorer so bad. We need those two things and probably more. Here come Brighton. Milner finds Evan Ferguson. Saliba does well. Jesus. What is going on here? Here come Brighton. Well done, David Raya. Absolutely shocking this is. Raya goes long. Something is not right with this Arsenal team. Something is not right with this Arsenal attack. I don't know what is going on. Partey's progressive passing, but Saka and Martinelli are not looking damaging. Havertz got player of the month, but he looks ineffective. I actually don't think Havertz suits the way we play football. I'm going to be honest. I don't think he's a terrible player. I still wouldn't have signed him. Come on. Oh, goes out for a goal. I still wouldn't have signed him, but I don't think he suits us. I really don't. I think we needed a player that says, get on the ball. Give me the ball. I'll make something happen. I feel like he's waiting for the pass. He wants to get on the end of a pass rather than get the ball and create something, make something happen. Very disappointing first 45 minutes. Absolutely poor. Our finishing. They need to do finishing practice. Half-time whistle goes. Stinker of a first half. People in the comments saying, calm down, bro. I've said it before. People say this to me all the time. 0-0 at half-time. Calm down. It's only half-time. They said that at Villa last week, remember? Oh, we've dominated the first half. You should be happy. Lost 1-0. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. We've seen this performance time and time again. I don't even know what to say. Snorefest, very slow in attack again. What a boring first half. That comment, oh, calm down, it's only half time. I've seen this story before. I told you, I've watched this film before. You've watched this film before. You know what goes off. You know. Don't be surprised. Oh, it's only half time. We'll beat them second half. And we draw, and then they go, oh. Fulham, 2-2. Don't worry, we'll win. Draw. We've seen this. Liverpool are rubbing their hands together watching this. We got to do better. Listen, not questioning their effort. I agree. Trying, but guess what? Trying and winning. There's two differences. Winners win. And losers try. That's the difference. How'd you get on today? Oh, we lost, but I tried. You tried. How'd you get on today? We won. Well done, you won. That's what a winner does. Got to find ways to win games. This has been happening a lot this season. Lots of possession. Getting around the edge of their penalty area. We can't find a way to break them down. Our shooting's off. 4 shots on target, 5 shots off target. Listen to this, people. Brighton haven't had a shot on or off target in the first 45 minutes. Let me stop the clock. They haven't had a shot on goal. 56% possession for Arsenal. 6 blocked shots. 5 on target, 4 on target. No goal. 3 corners. They haven't had a corner or a shot. They'll say, calm down. Cool, calm down. Cool off. Don't worry. We'll get there. We've got to do better. Got to do better. You're dominating the game. You got to score. I'm not blaming it on Havertz. I'm not. When you dominate, you've got to score. This is the Premier League. Do you think that for the next 45 minutes, Brighton won't have a shot on goal? There will be a period in the game where Brighton lift it a little bit. And when it's 0-0, it's dangerous. If you're 1-0 up, 2-0 up, you can finish them off. We got a pretty strong team out today, considering who we've got available. They've got James Milner at left back, people. Milner at left back, 37 years of age, James Milner against Saka. And at right back, they've got Hinselwood, who's just come on, 18 years of age at right back against Martinelli. We should be cooking, absolutely cooking, people, but we're not. And it's worrying because we've seen this throughout the season. Lee said the ref is a joke. Listen, I agree. Should have been 2 or 3 more yellow cards for them. But as I've said, unfortunately, you cannot rely on Premier League referees or Premier League VAR. You can't. What you expect to get, you're probably not going to get. It's like asking your mum for a PS5 and getting a Link shower gel set for Christmas. It ain't what you asked for. You know, we're asking for elite Premier League referees, and instead we're getting shower gel. You know, Links Africa. That's all we're getting, people, you know. So we wanted a PS5 with EAFC or NBA 2K24. Instead, we got a shower gel set. That's what we've got right now. We just got to work with it. Latte, big up for the super sticker, bro. Really appreciate it. Big up John, who said Havertz playing like he was watching the fights. Yeah, maybe he was up last night. Havertz for me has not been that good, but what I've realised with Havertz is quite a passive player in the sense that he'll make runs. He wants to get the ball out high up the pitch. He can win the ball back. He's not somebody that when you're struggling, you can give the ball to him and he's going to get it and he's going to play a ball that splits their back four, or he's going to wrap one in from 30 yards. He's not that kind of player. He's a very passive player. He does have ability. I'm not sure he's somebody that we get the best out of. And as I said, I think that midfield balance really hurts us. I do. Mohammed said, we have to have the intent to be aggressive in the attack. We're just too slow, bro. Big up, Mohammed. We just, I don't know. We don't move as we don't move as a group. Our play is Declan Rice finds Odegaard. Odegaard finds Saka. Saka back to Ben White. Ben White back to Odegaard. Odegaard back to Declan Rice. Then we go the other way. And then we end up losing it and it goes out for a goal kick. It's all like, it's very, very predictable. Last season, we were hitting teams at speed on the counter-attack at times. Just want to see a bit more. I know they're talking about control and defensive stability. And again, defensively, we've been rock solid today. No problem. But you've got to find a way of opening them up. White Glove said, so many delusional fans think we can win the Premier League with championship level finishing. Honestly, and I'm going to say it now, and I don't want to be pessimistic. It's nearly Christmas. And unless we get players back quickly from injury, so your Partey's, but he's going AFCON anyway. If this club doesn't go big in January, we're not winning the league, in my opinion. I'm going to be totally honest. I don't want to be pessimistic. I'm being realistic. This football club needs to go into the market in a big way in January. That attack ain't winning you the Premier League. It's not in form. Martinelli's got 2 goals this season. There's not enough end product. Jesus looks like he'll score once a month. You know, he'd turn up once a month with a great goal. I'm going mad. Then for the next 3 games, he'd own it the back of the net. Saka's just getting kicked. Ben White doesn't link up as well with him as Tomiyasu. The attack's too blunt, people. It's too blunt. Last season, I told you, we were like that sharp knife slicing through the pizza. Now we're like a blunt spoon trying to, making loads of mess. It's crazy. And you look at the bench. I mean, don't get me started on the bench. Yeah, I mean, the showing you, Milner should have definitely been yellow carded. Should have. But we've got to do better. We've got to do better, people. Right, well, we got a few more super chats. Ruey said, uncomfortable conversation. Martinelli and Ben White's football IQ is poor. Sell Nelly, sign Bakayoko from PSV and Toney. I wouldn't sell Martinelli because he's still so young. He could become such a good player. I just think that would be crazy. But as you know on this channel, I'm a big fan of Martinelli. He has not improved enough this season. And they're showing you the Kudus goals now. Counter-attack, left foot, drills it bottom corner. Keeper should do better, but still. Edge of the box, no messing about. Bang! Power beats the goalkeeper. Look. When do you see Arsenal do that? Kudus, look at him. On the move, quick. Right foot, bottom corner, great goal, man. We should have signed him. He's better than Havertz, by the way. He would have suited us more. But here's what it is. They're not going to sell Martinelli, but Martinelli's footballing IQ has to get better. And I love Martinelli, but the end product's not good enough at times. Crypto said, it's clear we miss Partey's ability to pass forward between the lines. It speeds up the play, giving Odegaard space. Needs to be clinical, though. Yeah, 100%. Big up LSU Gunner, who's gifted 5 Curtis Shaw TV memberships to the community. The community continues to grow. Big up LSU. And I need to do I'm going to do a like check. I don't know what we're at on the likes. I haven't checked since the beginning when we was on about 400 before the game. Let's do a like check. Big up LSU for supporting the channel as always. And I'm not wearing the LA hat today, so you'll be pleased. What we on the likes? It's 4,300 of you tuning on. 1.1k likes. Can we get 2k by half time? And you know what? It's Christmas. I'll give 5 memberships to the community as well. Let's give another 5. Give 5. Come on. Your gift has been announced. There we go. 5 more people. Let's get gifting. It is Christmas. Why not? Ruey said, Martinelli doesn't suit this tempo. He has too much time to think, and I think in Martinelli is a poor one. Do you know what? That is a fantastic point. You know, Theo Walcott, when I used to go to Arsenal, I used to sit on his side, and some days I would just have my head in my hands like, I can't watch this guy play. He's the most frustrating player I've ever seen. But when that guy didn't have to think and it was instinct, he was dangerous. He scored goals. When he had to think, he was an absolute disaster. He would run the ball out of play. And I think you've nailed it there. I think Martinelli, when he's got to think, it's a nightmare. When it's instinctive, he'll rip you to bits. And I think you make a great point there. What do you make of that card that... Mama, what you make of the card? I don't know what you said. Oh, the manager got, sorry. Stupid. I think now they've got it in for Arteta, but Arteta's very animated. And I think sometimes when refs can see all this on the touchline, oh, yeah, land on this runway. They're like, listen, that brother won't stop talking. He won't stop flinging arms up. Just book him. It was harsh, though. I think he's targeted a bit now. Whammer said, we are 1 goal away from the top of the league. Are we underperforming, or are our expectations of this group too high? That's a great point as well. Because listen, if we win this game 1-0, we're top and we're not complaining. My question, and I suppose my thing is, I think you can't play like that over the course of a season is what I'm saying. And we've played like that quite a lot of times. At Villa, we didn't look great. You know, at Newcastle, we didn't look great. At Fulham, we let them back into it. I just think it's becoming a bit of a habit, and that's what's worrying me. If we were great a couple games and we had a couple games like that, it wouldn't worry me because I'd say, well, that happens sometimes in the Prem. I'm seeing this performance too often. That's what concerns me. It feels like it's becoming a habit. But listen, good point. Jude, thank you for becoming a member. And big up the host himself. 5 memberships to the community. Big up the people who got the 5 memberships. Right, let's just get into your comments. Hit the likes, people. Let's get to 2,000 likes quick. Jude said, just became a member. There you go. There you go. Memberships being thrown around. This is a very tactical game. They are a decent side. How do you accept memberships? How do you? Somebody told me, and I'm not actually sure myself. I think you have to go in settings and then accept memberships. That's what somebody said to me. I'm not actually certain myself. Make sure you hit the like button though, guys. Second half will be underway soon. And I tell you what, this is a big 45 minutes for Arsenal Football Club, because even though, as Wama says, listen, we're a point off the top. It's not a crisis at all. But I just think there are points in a season where, listen, you need to win every game, but I think there are points in a season where you absolutely have to win that game. And I think just the fact that Manchester City dropped points yesterday, you cannot be playing a home game against Brighton and not collect all three. You've got to. Let's look at the positives. Let's look at the positive. It's not all doom and gloom, right? We dominated possession in that half, nearly 60% possession. Brighton have not had a shot on goal in the whole 45 minutes, not on target or off target. They have been parked the bus on the edge of the box. They're probably tired from the midweek game in the Europa League. They don't have great squad depth. They've lost Veltman in this game for injury. We've got to take advantage of that. They have got Milner at left back, who is 37 years of age, against Saka. And they've got Hinselwood at right back, who's 18 in his debut season against Martinelli. We need to be cooking those two fullbacks. So it's a big second half. I want to see more from Arsenal. That we need to see more from Arsenal. Otherwise, we're going to be in trouble. We're going to be in trouble. But I believe we can beat them. It's not often we don't score at home. So I am confident that we will find a way of scoring. I got a funny feeling Man United will do Liverpool, says Gogo. Listen, I think you're going crazy, Gogo. Sorry, it's a dad joke. I can't help it. I don't think they'll beat Man U. I don't think Man U will beat Liverpool, sorry. I think it will be closer, though, than what people are saying. A lot of people are just saying, oh, listen, United are going to get smashed. I don't think they will. But I do think Liverpool will beat them. Second half about to get underway. And it's a very, very big 45 minutes for Arsenal Football Club. Yeah, it was a dad joke. It kind of landed, it kind of didn't. But, you know, just work with me, people. That's all I got for you right now. Villa are losing, people. We have got to take advantage. Villa losing. Manchester City lost. We can't be dropping stupid points here. Remember, we haven't beaten them. Second half's underway. Right, let me get the clock. There we go. Bang. I was about 30 seconds behind on the clock. Time out for that joke. I can step aside for 3 minutes if we need to. Right, we're underway. And my clock is on schedule this time. Let's go. Villa are away at Brentford. 1-0 down. Fair play to Brentford, you know. No Mbuemo. No Ivan Toney. See, they don't need Ivan Toney. Just sell him to us. We'll look after it. Big up E-Ross. English tax Ross. Carlos said, anyone else want PSG in the knockout stage? You know what? When the draw was first, you know, when it first sort of revealed who we could get, I was going, I don't want them. I'd rather not play them. In the end, I'm just like, you know what? I don't care who we get. Listen, I would rather get an easier draw, of course, because it takes maybe less out of us if we can win the game easier. But if we end up with PSG, so be it. We came back to the Champions League to play against the elites. How amazing would it be to see Kylian Mbappe at the Emirates? That's what we're here for at the end of the day. So I'm kind of at the point where, yeah, I was like, you know what, give me Copenhagen, make it easier. But you know what, if we get PSG, then let's go for it. Let's embrace it. Nobody who finished second in that Champions League group should scare us. Obviously, there are players in that team like, you know, Mbappe and Dembele. If they're on form, they can take the game away from you. But let's embrace it. If we get PSG at the carpet, that's what we're back in the Champions League for. You're not going to win the Champions League without playing good teams. So, Mbappe v Ben White. I mean, I might have to watch that game with sunglasses on behind the sofa, But we'll see. You just keep the ball away from him. Newcastle beat PSG, battered them at home as well. Here's Ben White, right hand side. Come on, Arsenal. Saka. Can we get an early goal in the second half? It's Saka. Oh, it breaks down again. Open season for Mbappe. What you've got to do against PSG, because they're very open defensively, you've got to almost keep the ball away from him and just keep him quiet. And you've seen he gets frustrated. He doesn't even look like he wants to be there. Osman Dembele against Zinchenko. Listen, Dan Burn kept Dembele quiet. The 6'5" sloth from Newcastle. So keep the ball away from them, put them on the back foot. But yeah, I hear you. Listen, if Dembele and Mbappe are cooking, we're in trouble against our two fullbacks. That's for sure. Free kick to Brighton. Billy Gilmour. When I see the players on the Brighton team sheet, I'm like, I don't know how they're that good. You have to respect Billy Gilmour, who was like binned out of Chelsea, and Lallana, who left Liverpool about 3 years ago, and Milner's nearly 40. And somehow they find a way to make life difficult for us. And they're on the attack now, by the way. Here's Ferguson, edge of the area. Lallana. I better not say too much about Brighton before this goes wrong. Martinelli today, man. It's not happening for him. I think you might have to get Trossard on against his old team, man. He'll be fired up for this. Martinelli's end product today has been awful. You don't often hear me going for Martinelli, but I'm not enjoying what I'm seeing of him today. This referee, by the way, not giving us anything. Here's Zinchenko. Arsenal have the ball in their own half. Come on. We need a goal. Hinselwood apparently is a centre midfielder, people saying, playing at right back. And obviously Milner's a centre midfielder playing at left back. Gabriel does well. Gets the ball back. Come on, Declan Rice. We need a goal. Do it. ESR on the left. Here's Declan Rice. Arsenal on the attack. Jesus comes short. Hinselwood wins it. Too easy. Too easy. The problem we got is you look at the bench and you're like, who would you bring on? You know me, I'm a fan of ESR. I would like to bring him on. I thought he looked unfit the other day in that Champions League game. So, has he got the fitness levels to come on and make an impact? Trossard's the obvious one. Do you put him left wing and take Martinelli off, or do you take Jesus off and play him through the middle? But Martinelli's end product's been non-existent today. Come on. We need a goal. Keep putting the pressure on. Brighton have possession. We have got to score first. Gilmour. I'd give Reece Nelson a go as well, because he looked lively the other day. He's direct. He would run at Milner. But then he never moves Saka, does he? You could maybe play Nelson on the left. I don't know. It would be Trossard, realistically. Here's Milner. Brighton keeping the ball quite comfortably here. I think we've got to be a bit more aggressive with our pressing. Dre said Nketiah will save us today. But listen, he might be. I'm sure he'll end up on the pitch. Happy Gilmour just smashing golf balls all over the place. Kamani said our bench is super nasty outside of Trossard. Yeah, you're right. I mean, you've probably got an unfit Smith Rowe. You got Nketiah. You got Reece Nelson. A couple young players. Then Kivior and Cedric and a goalkeeper. It's definitely not great. That is for sure. Here's Declan Rice. Left-hand side. Finds Havertz. People need to get involved. Havertz, these guys, they've been quiet in this game. Zinchenko needs to keep stepping into the midfield. Here's Martinelli with the cross. Matoma's on a yellow card as well, by the way. He's putting Saka under pressure. They win the ball back. Fans have to make hostile atmosphere for the ref. Yeah, put him under pressure, man. Favourite Christmas movie? I've never really thought about it. I think Home Alone's a classic. Elf as well, that's a good one. I think Die Hard 2, is it? I know people say it's not a Christmas movie, but it's in the snow, so that's enough. I can't really think of any others. The Grinch is a bit of a classic. Is it Die Hard 1 or 2? I forget which one it is. But yeah, they're the main ones that I can think of. We'll have them on over Christmas. Jingle All the Way. Was that the with Terminator in it? He's in that, right? Trading Places. Yeah. Oh, Bad Santa. That's a good one as well. You can't watch it with the kids around, though. It's a bit wild. Corner to Arsenal. Saka to whip it in. Yes! Arsenal have scored! Gabriel Jesus, finally! Get in there! Come on! We needed that. Goal scorer for Arsenal, Gabriel Jesus! Finally! He hits the back of the net. Gabriel Jesus with the goal. Damn. We waited for that one, that's for sure. And finally, cheekbones and hairline hits the back of the net. I was criticising him, a lot of us were. But we've taken the lead. Gabriel Jesus, finally. He needed that. He desperately needed that for his confidence. Hopefully, over this Christmas period, he can find his confidence. And a header as well, which I didn't see coming. Season of goodwill, people. Best striker in the league. We don't need Ivan Toney. Listen, good goal. Good goal. We don't often score from set pieces. Who got the flick on? At the start, I thought it went straight through to him. Good. That's great for Jesus, that. Jesus. Who won the flick on? So, I thought it was a Saka assist, but somebody flicked it on. I didn't see who. We're back underway. I just want to see the replay of who got the flick on, or did it come? Oh, did it come off a Brighton player? Jesus has risen at Christmas, people. Saka with the in-swinger. Yeah, great flick on. Good play there by Jesus. Back post, unmarked. They've gone to sleep defensively there. Terrible defending. And Arsenal take the lead. Gabriel Jesus. Our very own Boniface. Cheekbones. Cheekbones and hairline gives us the lead. Good flick on by the defender of Brighton. Jesus at the back post, unmarked. And we take the lead. We needed that. We needed that. Our attacking midfielder. Come on. Let's get a second goal and put this game to bed. Still need the second one. We are currently top of the league, but a long way to go, people. Still 36 minutes left. Let's get a second goal and put some pressure. I've always rated him. I've said he's an elite goal scorer. He can take us to the very top. He really can. Forget what I said before, Jacazette and all that. I didn't mean it. I was in an emotional state, Nah, listen, he needs to score more, though. If we get 3 goals, I'll gift another 5 memberships. Bring the positivity. Big up LSU Gunner. LSU Gunner said he will gift another 5. If we score 3, it's a stretch, though. Corner again to Arsenal. Can we score again? That goes out for a goal kick. Better play from Martinelli. He's livened up. I take everything back that I said Eros. Yeah, I had a tweet where I was going to say we desperately need a striker in January, and he scored and I've deleted it. Better from Martinelli, though. Twisting and turning. That was actually a really good cross across the aerial, Probably a bit too much power on it, but he's livened up a bit. We definitely need a second or third goal before I feel comfortable. I don't feel comfortable at 1-0. Yeah, that cross there is where you would have loved to have seen an Ivan Toney and Osimhen. They are always in that sort of area. Finally, a step over from Nelly. I think Martinelli's got the odd bit of skill, but here is Martinelli. Oh, it's blocked. Come on, Martinelli, get a goal. Turn things around for us. We're putting a bit more pressure on now. Come on. Much better. Big up everyone locked in. 4,000 of you locked in. Make sure you hit the like button. Arsenal lead 1-0. Gabriel Jesus. The prolific Gabriel Jesus. Forget what we said before. I never called him the Brazilian Lacazette. That was a lie. It was a figment of your imagination. We need the second goal now. We're starting to put a bit of pressure on. And we need the second. I want a clean sheet today as well. Definitely want a clean sheet. I'm looking at the goal difference. We've obviously got the joint best defence in the Premier League along with Liverpool. Obviously, Liverpool play against Man United later. So if we can keep a clean sheet and they were to concede 1 against United, we've got the best defence. We're still 6 goals behind Man City, who've scored the most. So we're not going to catch them in terms of goals scored, but we are. And Villa are losing as well. Here's James Milner, left-hand side, makes the byline, cleared by Saliba. I can't believe these guys have got James Milner at left-back. It's crazy. We haven't got the ball enough to Saka, really, to get at him. He hasn't been ran at enough. Jesus does well, finds Saka. Come on, let's hit them on the... breaks down again. It's like João Pedro could be coming on, a good player who scored the winner midweek for them against Marseille. He's actually got in the Brazil squad as well. Big up Gunts, hope you're well, bro. Said, hey, it's United not scoring against us, bro. You lot need to pull your socks up. You're right. We need to play better than this. I am not comfortable until we score a second or third. And there's Gilmore, left-hand side, looking for Matoma. Jesus, cleared there. It's shaky, 1-0. I'm not comfortable at all. Brighton moved the ball well. Remember, they're one of the top scorers in the league as well. They've scored as many, 1 less than Arsenal. Yeah, Havertz having a quiet game today. Very quiet. We're not getting the ball to him enough. It's Pascal Grosch in the area. Into Matoma, knocked down. Saliba wins the header. And we clear. They're putting us under a bit of pressure. I'm not comfortable at 1-0. Brighton making changes. The manager's not messing about here. Making a few changes. João Pedro coming on, who is a good player. Dangerous player. No false scores in the chat, man. Come on, don't do that. Brighton keeps losing key players on a yearly basis. Oh, 2-1 to Wolves. 2-1 Wolves? It was 2-1 to West. Wolves scored 2-1. All right, fair enough. I'm saying people are putting fake scores, but Wolves have got a goal back against West Ham is what people meant. Big up. My apologies. West Ham were 2-0 up. Wolves have just got a goal back. So that's 2-1. Why have we dropped the intensity level? I never understand this. Evan Ferguson's off for João Pedro. I told you, Evan Ferguson, for me, seen a lot of people saying Arsenal should go and pay big money for Evan Ferguson. Not for me. He's not ready yet. He needs another year or so at Brighton before he gets that move. Buonanotte comes on and João Pedro comes on. Big up Andrew said, more watching Big C on my phone on the pub in Mansfield than West Ham Wolves on Sky. Big up, best content. Big up Andrew in Mansfield. Why are we sitting back? And I was just about to say that. Somebody just said that. We come out second half. We start the game well. We put Brighton under pressure and we score. And you're like, yes, there we go. We've got them pegged back. Their fullbacks look shaky. Go and get the second one, third one, finish the game. What do Arsenal do? They allow Brighton then to have possession and grow into the game. Now, I know they are getting on the ball and making things happen, but we look like we're just sitting off them all of a sudden, letting them have the ball. It's so frustrating because 1-0 is not comfortable. Brighton are starting to dominate possession now. Throw into Brighton, right-hand side. 30 minutes to go, people. We cannot afford to sit back. We need to get a second goal. We cannot. I believe the worst thing we can do is sit back. I think because Arteta is so confident in the defence now, and I think last season, I think Arteta feels like we chased too many games and ended up maybe drawing and dropping points. And I think this year he's thinking, let's look after 1-0 leads, but it's too risky. 1-0 is way too risky. And Brighton look dangerous in attack. Matoma, João Pedro, they got some decent players there. I wouldn't sit back against them. Here's Zinchenko. Left-hand side. Looks for Gabriel Martinelli in front of him. Can we create something here and get a second goal? We start again. Odegaard. Back to Martinelli. Oh, it's cleared by Lewis Dunk. Big up Mark Arnold, new member. Really appreciate that, bro. Jency said, I'd rather have João Pedro than Ferguson. I think Ferguson, because of his age and his physical presence, people like him. Wolves' goal was disallowed. Offside, I believe, was it? VAR. Still 2-0 to West Ham. They're at home. And Villa are still losing 1-0 to Brentford, which kind of makes our result even more frustrating, don't it? That Villa beat us and then they're losing to Brentford. Can we get the second goal? And then we can relax and enjoy our Sunday. We haven't made a substitution yet. 28 minutes to go. I suppose the problem is, who do you take off? Martinelli's improved a little bit in the second half. Jesus has scored, and Saka, he hardly ever takes Saka off. So I'm sure he'll want to get Trossard on. I think you could put Trossard in that Kai Havertz role today. He's had a very quiet game. I would like to see ASR get minutes, but as I said, against PSV, I didn't think he looked fully fit. Maybe you use him in a less pressurised situation. I think Havertz had a quiet game. I would possibly go Havertz for ESR or Trossard, depending on ESR's fitness levels. Throw into Arsenal. Big C, Havertz is playing well. He could have had an assist, but that goes again. Listen, he could have, but what I'm saying is he hasn't had much of the ball. That's what I would say. He's had a very quiet game. Some of his runs have been decent, but we haven't found him. But sometimes as a player, when you go looking for the ball, or you make runs and you don't get the ball, you've got to come short and get it. You can't always rely on a through ball or pass over the top. Here's Lewis Dunk. As I said earlier, I think Lewis Dunk's a very good player. I think if he wasn't 30-31, somebody would have signed him. David Raya makes a save. There we go. Look, we're under pressure. And we managed to get the ball away. See, we've got to be careful. We are just soaking up too much pressure here. It's not necessary. It's not necessary. Here's Odegaard. Saka, he goes out for a goal kick. Odegaard's been quiet today as well for me. I've got to be honest. I don't think it's his birthday. And, I think we need more from him as well. Saka maybe should have done better there. Nelson for Saka. We need to make it. We do. We need to kill this game off. 1-0. This game is... It's up in the air, people. It's not comfortable. We need the second goal at least to feel more comfortable. Nice distribution from Raya. That is what he's good at. He's got a bit of time. He can pick out a pass. It was too easy, that header, though. Just unmarked to head the ball. But a really good distribution out to Martinelli. On the counter-attack, that was. Goal kick to Brighton. For Bruggen, the goalkeeper. Odegaard limping. I didn't even notice that. He hasn't been great today. He really hasn't. End product hasn't been good enough. Saka's shot went side net in there. I mean, it is good link up. Odegaard, Saka. I think Declan Rice, he's begging Saka to just roll that back to him. Little break in play here, people. There's an injury here. Jorge said, Odegaard is so hesitant. Take a decision and do it. Definitely. David Raya is so short. Okay, fine. I'll give for the second goal. Yeah, because I think the third goal is a long way off LSU. I can't see that one. Is this... No, we got one more game before Christmas, haven't we? I was going to say, is this the last game before Christmas? We got Liverpool at Anfield 2 days before Christmas. They better not mash up Christmas with that result. We're back underway. David Raya finds Gabriel. We got 24 minutes to go, people. Martinelli there. Loses possession against Hinselwood. We managed to get it back, though. Here's Havertz. Havertz and Odegaard need to get more involved in this game. Desperately. Here's Martinelli, left-hand side. Finds Gabriel Jesus. Zinchenko on the left. Can we create something? Havertz. They get in positions, don't they? And then they move the ball. It kind of slows down a little bit. Elray said, oh, here's Odegaard. Shot blocked. Come on, can we get the second? Lewis Dunk blocks it. Very good centre-back, man. I'm telling you, I've always rated him. Elray said, Curtis, realistically, what do you think the club will do in January? I think we'll sign one player. I got to be honest. I'm not hopeful that we're going to sign more than one player. I hope we get at least two. I think we'll probably get one. I think we'll sign one for money, and then maybe they'll look to get one on loan. But I think we need to buy two for good money because we need a couple of players. We need a couple of players. Curtis always rated Dunk, man. He's definitely solid. He's improved on the ball as well under De Zerbi. He can play now. Big up everyone locked in. Nearly 4,000 of you tuned in. Big up the 44 of you on Twitch as well. The whole C unit locked in. Hit the like button. And can we get this second goal back underway? There was a slight break there. Hey, Graham, relax. The club has to deliver in January. And that's not even on the manager. I'm looking at the owners. It's on the owners in January. They've got to spend some money. That's what we need. We definitely need a striker and maybe a midfielder and maybe a defender as well. Corner to Arsenal. Gabriel Martinelli. We did score from a corner. Lewis Dunk heads it away. Again, he's been excellent. He really has. Headed away, Hinselwood. Come on. Brighton look to clear it. Declan Rice. Throw into Arsenal. Left-hand side. 22 minutes to go, people. Don't feel comfortable at 1-0. We definitely need a second goal. I think if we score the second, they'll fall off a little bit. I swear this microphone's been doing this for a while, and it goes on mute by itself. Right, we're back. Oh, it was cleared off the line. Lewis Dunk again, look. The guy's having an absolute world. We've looked a bit more dangerous from our corners today, I can't lie. Getting a lot of corners. Here's Saliba on the ball. Dunk's clearing everything, man. I don't know what's going on. Here's Zinchenko. Come on. We're on the break here. Saka, right-hand side. Saka. It's into... Oh, Hinselwood. This Hinselwood's doing all right. Especially considering people saying he's a centre mid. Come on. We need this second goal, people. Desperately. I haven't heard the Declan Rice song, no. I haven't heard it. 20 minutes to go, people. 20 minutes to go. Can we get this second goal, or will we hang on to a 1-0 win? If you'd have offered us 1-0 before the game, we'd have took it, but it's not ideal. Brentford, red card, apparently. They're 1-0 up. Corner to Arsenal. Martinelli, in-swinger. Verbruggen punches it away, and Lewis Dunk clears it. It's not just Rice, Rice, Baby, is it? Is there an actual song like that they've made up? 21 shots and 1 goal. 21. Ben Mee, red card for Brentford. Here's Martin Odegaard for Arsenal. Middle of the pitch. We need this second goal. David Raya pings it out wide. Look how many corners we get every game. We should be scoring at least one. This is actually the best we've done today for a while. Usually we're terrible. But yeah, for the amount of corners we get, you just wish sometimes we're a bit more dominant in the air. We've had loads of corners today. It's Gabriel Magalhaes with the shot. It's blocked. Comes out wide. Brighton have possession back. Kadingra on the right. Martinelli's corners have actually been really good today. He's putting them right underneath the goalkeeper's crossbar. And he hasn't looked comfortable claiming them either. Here's Mitoma left-hand side. Saliba does well. Come on, let's get out. I do not feel comfortable with what I'm watching it. 18 minutes to go plus time added on. Ben White's on a yellow card against Mitoma. That's not a nice situation. I think they have been much better. The corners, the deliveries have been better today. Jesus dropping into midfield, helping out a little bit. Zinchenko loses the ball. As I've always said, Zinchenko is risk-reward football. He will lose the ball sometimes going into that inverted midfield role. Interesting. 16.5 minutes to go. 17.5 minutes to go. And no substitutions yet, people. Would you make a change? Who would you bring on? I suppose Trossard, ESR. Personally, I would probably take Havertz off. I think he's been very quiet today. Look at that pass, by the way. Was that Lewis Dunk? Honestly. He's having a worldie. It's never a penalty, surely. Don't tell me they're trying to give a penalty for that. Good footwork. Jeez, Odegaard, that's more like it. See, Saka, you should have passed the ball quicker, bro. Counter-attack was on there. Lewis Dunk's having a worldie of a game for them. I'm telling you, if he wasn't 30... Oh, God, Saka. No, Dunk again on Saka. Rashford's on the bench, apparently, for Man United today. Come on, we've got to hang on to this. I'm not liking it. Second goal, I think we've got the game won. At 1-0, this does not feel good. It really doesn't. Odegaard with the shot from distance. Saved by Verbruggen. "29 questions, but a goal ain't one." Ah, dear. Dunk moving like prime Van Dijk. I'm telling you, he's good, man. What a great save that was, by the way. Solar God. Corner, Martinelli in swinger. Headed away. We have been better from corners, but we just don't score enough. Apparently, Man United's team lineup is horrible. People saying they're going to get cooked. I'm going to try and look it now, actually. I mean, do you know what, though? For me, I don't know how Odegaard... It is a great save, but for me, Odegaard... that's similar to last week, innit, against Villa. You need to hit the corners. 3-0 to West Ham. That's game over for Wolves. Again, touch in the area. He does all right. He goes near post. It's a very good save. He gets a strong hand on it, but it's not really in the corner, is it? It's not. Yeah, it's a good one. Goal kick to Brighton anyway. Are we going to get this second goal? I just want to see this Man United lineup. People saying it's horrible. Apparently, McTominay is captain, which is never a good thing for United, I'm sure. Live score. So throw into Brighton. This game is making me nervous, this Arsenal game. It really is. Liverpool's team is Alisson, Trent, Konate, Van Dijk, Tsimikas, Szoboszlai, Endo, Gravenberch, Salah, Darwin and Diaz. The Man United team, Onana, Dalot, Luke Shaw, Johnny Evans and Varane, Kobe Mainoo, Amrabat and McTominay. And then Anthony Garnacho and Rasmus Højlund. It is what it is, isn't it? I didn't really expect it to be anything different. They're going to pack the midfield and try and defend and make life difficult. It's not nice. They're playing for a 0-0. Martinelli's been much better this second half. Totally agree with you. He has. He's been lively. Some of his corners have been brilliant. His end product's been better. Great ball in there. Was that Havertz or Rice? Who headed that over? Havertz. Got to do better. Villa have equalised apparently. 1-1. Brentford down to 10 men. That's good play. Martinelli's been good this half. Good chance for Havertz. He's quite good in the air. I think he'll be disappointed with that. 15 minutes, no changes. Like the start of a 2-pack record. I see no changes, people. I see no changes. Here come Brighton. Good work, Odegaard. 14 minutes to go. Jesus was down on the floor. Yellow card for... Was that Gilmore? He's back up now, though. Danny Welbeck coming on, which I'm not... Ooh, I tell you what. That could have gone to VAR, you know. The studs were up there. Jared Bowen scored for West Ham, 3-0. Danny Welbeck coming on, which I'm nervous about, people. If it was 2 or 3-0, I might applaud Danny Welbeck. I was there that day when we beat Leicester. When Welbeck scored the last-minute header and I thought we were going to win the title. But at 1-0, I don't want to see Danny Welbeck coming on. It makes me nervous. We got to handle Welbeck, man. What we got left? 12 minutes to go, people. Arsenal have not made one substitution in this game, which is quite incredible. Odegaard's been better second half. Kept the ball a lot better. Villa equalised, yeah, 1-1. Gabriel has the ball for Arsenal in our own half. See Martinelli held the ball for too long. Running down a blind alleyway, man. And then you end up having to start again. Welbeck is on, people. I'm not even going to sing the song. I don't want to bring any bad luck. Welbs is on, people. Which is not good. Arsenal have not made a change. Which is crazy. No subs for Arsenal so far. I'm really surprised Trossard isn't on. I thought he might have come on. Or ESR. Martinelli needs to be sat down on the bench. You know what, though? I think he's played better second half. But that there was frustrating. I think Havertz has been quiet in this game, to be honest. More than Martinelli. And Shah said, take off this bum Havertz. He's been quiet today. I haven't rated him. I haven't rated... Havertz today. He's been quiet. Couple good passes, but not in the game anywhere near enough. All vibes on the bench. What we got left, people? 10.5 minutes to go. What is going on here? Can we get the second goal? Gabriel Magalhaes goes out for a throw into Arsenal in the Brighton half. Curtis, he's not played better as an attacker. He's poor. Are you talking about Martinelli or Havertz? Get the likes up to 3K. Come on, 4K in the chat. We should easily be hitting 3,000 likes on the video. Make sure you share it around. We're in subscriber-only mode as well. VIP section, red carpet business. Subscribe, be part of the community, people. What are you waiting for? What the hell are you waiting for? Tackle there. Here's Havertz. He's had a quiet game. Can he produce a bit of magic? Or get us a goal, perhaps. Martinelli's had so much of the ball on that left-hand side. It's just, you know, again, we score a goal and then decide to take our foot off the gas. I don't know why. Gabriel Jesus comes off. Eddie Nketiah comes on. Not necessarily the change that I would have made. But, you know, maybe the announcement of coming to America. Not coming to America. Beverly Hills Cop 4. Eddie comes on. I'm surprised. I thought Trossard would have come on. Trossard actually played well when he played false 9. Martinelli's off. Trossard is on, actually. Martinelli and Jesus off. Trossard and Nketiah come on. Of course, Saka's not going to come off. I'm sure he's got it written in his contract. But Eddie comes on and Trossard comes on as well. And remember, we don't play midweek. So maybe the manager felt like the team could play longer before he started to make changes. Here's Danny Welbeck. I'm not looking forward to this. Big C, this is my application to become a mod, says Marco. Big up yourself. Do you know what? I'm going to have a look at the mods, see how many we got. I know, see if they're all active, and maybe we'll get a couple new mods, people. Some of the people who've been in the community for a long time. So big up Markup. I know a few other people have asked as well. João Pedro, left-hand side of the penalty area, finds Matoma. Oh, goes out for a goal kick there. That was nerve-wracking. Danny Welbeck, Matoma, and Pedro, that makes me nervous. That makes me nervous. Don't worry, I'll mod a few of you up, man. Don't worry. This attack makes me nervous. 7.5 minutes to go, people. That was a chance for Brighton. They worked it well. Come on. We need the second goal. Brighton could have scored there. Goal kick to Arsenal. David Raya. Taken short. It was too easy. Too easy. It's back with the goalkeeper, Verbruggen. For Brighton. Finds Pascal Gross. They're dangerous. They are dangerous in the attack. Look at Lewis Dunk threading passes, man. He has been outstanding. Matoma, wow. I just seen the replay there. I didn't realise Matoma burnt Ben White like that, by the way. Declan Rice with the shot there, saved by the goalkeeper. But they could have definitely scored there, Brighton. Anyway, Villa 2-1. No. That red card's destroyed Brentford, man. See, that's a bad result. We have to win. They could have definitely scored. Villa were 1-0 down. Brentford had a man sent off, and Villa have turned it around. Unai Emery, man. That guy's not messing around, I tell you. He's really not messing around. West Ham beating Wolves 3-0. Arsenal winning 1-0. Villa now winning 2-1 against Brentford. That's frustrating, man. Come on. Brighton goalkeeper collects it. 5.5 minutes to go in this game, plus time added on. Big up Marco's gifted 5 memberships to the community. Really appreciate that, bro. 5 more members in the community. Great news. Decker's there had the shot just before, seeing the replay of that. DJ Valentine said, Watkins, I'm telling you. Oh, it's blocked there by Saliba, João Pedro. And it's cleared. We're under pressure. We are under pressure. Here's Pedro, left-hand side of the area. Finds Pascal Gross. Pedro tries to shoot again. It's blocked. We are under pressure here. Here's Billy Gilmore. Lewis Dunk. I'm not enjoying this one bit. Here's Danny Welbeck, who Welbeck just looks like a monster today for some reason because he's playing against us. Zinchenko does well there. Jeez, man, I'm not enjoying this at all. Throw into Brighton in the Arsenal half. 4.5 minutes to go. They're going for the equaliser. Why, oh why, have we decided to sit back so much since we scored that first goal? We have really just sat back and kept possession and moved the ball slowly. It's almost as if Arteta is saying we'll win this game 1-0. Here's Pascal Gross in the area. Oh, goal kick. Goes out for a goal kick. We got away with it. Jeez, take your time, David Raya. 4 minutes to go. Plus time added on. 4,000 of you in the chat. Really appreciate your support. Big up all the new members. Big up all the new subscribers. 4,100 of you. We're nearly at 2,000 likes. Make sure you like the video and subscribe if you haven't already, people. Goal kick by David Raya. Odegaard has possession for Arsenal. Can we create a second? Eddie Nketiah finds Trossard. Trossard came on for Martinelli and Nketiah came on for Jesus, the goal scorer. Yeah, people saying Ollie Watkins scored. Is he the striker we should go for? I know I've been critical of him at times, but he is hitting the back of the net. He scored the second goal. Havertz! Kai Havertz makes it 2-0 for Arsenal. Dry cry, even tears, even my heart cries, but who cares? I tell you what, I've always rated this lad. Since Leverkusen, I've said, what a player. Havertz scores for Arsenal, and it's 2-0 to the Gunners, and that is game, set, match. Havertz with the goal. 3 points coming back to the carpet, people. Job done. Kai Havertz. There we go. Game over. King Kai. Forget dry cry. It's King Kai. And what's that? Is that his 4th or 5th goal? Killer Kai. Bargain for... Is it onside? VAR check. Do you know what? I really like that finish as well. What did I say earlier on? You could play him up front. You could play him up front. Oh, man. Is that onside? They're doing a VAR check. That's a great finish, by the way. I actually think he has a real calmness about him in front of goal. Is that onside? I really hope that's onside. This could be off. Oh, I'm putting out tweets and everything. That's miles on. That's onside. That's onside. 2-0. Game over. Yes! What a finish. Great finish, by the way. I'm nicking someone's thing there. 65 million bargain. Always right. Maybe Kevin Campbell was right. Normal. He's playing normal. Killer Kai. Kai Havertz. Reece Nelson's coming on. It's game over. Now we can relax, people. Good finish, that. Really nice finish. Slots it into the bottom corner. Maybe him and Jesus could swap. You play Jesus attacking mid. And you play Havertz up top because he took that at a plumb. Hey, big up. Hey, E-Ross, by the way, Kai green screen tomorrow. Maybe Smith Rowe's on as well, which is good to see. Saka comes off. David Keane, thank you for becoming a new member, bro. And big up LSU, man of his word. 5 memberships to the community. The community grows even bigger, people. Let's go. And welcome to the 5 new members. And big up Jerome. Killer Kai, always rated him. What a player. Maybe we're unlocking him a little bit. I honestly think you could play him higher up the pitch. I'm just looking at his stats now. What's he got? 3 goals in the Prem and 1 in the Champions League. He's got 4 goals, 1 assist. You need to get double figures goals out of him. You need double figures. He needs to score 10 goals and then get some assists along with that, really. You remember Xhaka gave 14 goal contributions last season, 7 goals, 7 assists. We need to be getting that sort of... If you could get 10 goals, 4 assists out of him, I'd take that all day long. Yeah, as I said, big up LSU, the new members. And we got Sports Genius, Big C. Havertz turns into Big Hazard. Dad joke, I know. Let it run. It's nearly Christmas. The dad jokes have to run on this channel, people. I'm one of the worst culprits for it, of course. Does Havertz deserve a green screen tomorrow? All hail King Kai Havertz. I'll be real. 10 minutes ago, I was saying get him off. He's been quiet. Then he pops up with the goal. Fair play to Arteta and fair play to Havertz. Feel a lot better now, people. Feel a lot better. First time, no selfish Eddie. Eddie gets the assist. He had to He had to. 6 minutes added on, people. We're a minute and a half in already. Curtis, I'm urging you, make Havertz your favourite player until further notice. Should we just start, like, really showing him that appreciation? Somebody just said there he could become our Van Persie. I mean, listen, you never know. Van Persie was special, but I don't know if he can. RVP had magic with the ball at his feet. I just want him to chip in with goals. I'm not even looking at him to be our best player. I want him to be a contributor. I want him to score 10 goals this season, you know? 5 goals total. That was his 4th in the Prem. Oh, yeah, you're right. It hasn't updated yet. So he's got 4 Prem goals and 1 in the Champions League. So he's got 5 goals already, you know, and 1 assist, which is not bad considering how bad he was when he first came through the door. So I'll take that. I think he can get 10 league goals this year. So fair play. Good to see Smith Rowe on the pitch. Nelson came on as well. Saka came off. Who else came off? I think Havertz actually came off, didn't he? I think Havertz might have come off as well. Saved by Verbruggen there. What I like about that goal, Kivior comes on for Zinchenko. What I like about that goal is the calmness. How he just slots it in. Yes, nearly. Could have scored there. That was a chance. ESR always does that, don't he? Comes off the bench and then has a decent opportunity. TMB said, I love how we pressured them all game. Wow, Kai, he may become our stat pad. He could be one of them players that at the end of the season you're going, do you know what? I've watched him all season and he hasn't wowed me that much, but he's ended up with 12 league goals and 5 assists. And all of a sudden you're saying he's had a fantastic season. I don't mind him doing that. Be a stat padder for all I care. Their keeper has been solid, by the way. I'd never even heard of the guy, but he's made some quality saves. Hennock said, went to 50 Cent, bro. What an experience you told us. Bro, honestly, I've been to a lot of hip-hop concerts. That was one of the best I've ever been to. It was the production and the whole show in general. That's the 3rd time I've seen 50 in concert. The first time was very good. The second time wasn't. The 3rd time was brilliant. I think because it's his last world tour, he put a lot more effort into the production. It was a brilliant, brilliant show. So I'm glad you enjoyed it. I wish ESR would have scored that, man. I feel like he could have as well. We have got a minute and a half to go. 90 seconds left. And the 3 points are in the bag. Unfortunately, I cannot do a Liverpool-Man United stream as I'm going out after this. I was trying to see if I could get it done, but no, can't get it done, unfortunately. So this will be the one stream for today, I'm afraid. I will be back just before 11 a.m. tomorrow morning, though, for the Champions League draw. So this has been a very good, hopefully, 24 hours for Arsenal. I'll be on twice tomorrow. So I'll be on just before 11 a.m. for the Champions League draw, and then I'll be back at 2 p.m. for the review of this game and press conference reaction and player ratings and all that good stuff. I'm actually not going to watch the first part of the Man United-Liverpool game, which is why I'm not doing the stream, unfortunately. No therapy tomorrow, people. We got 45 seconds left in this game, and then we're done. Champions League draws 11 a.m. UK time tomorrow. Although usually it takes maybe 20, 30 minutes before they actually start the draw with all the waffling. Declan Rice again, by the way, as CJ said. The guy is just a monster. He never stops running. Wins the ball back. You know, he's been brilliant again. Make no mistake, this is a massive win for Arsenal. Massive. Considering how we played first half, to come out of this game with a 2-0 win is outstanding. Brighton ball over the top there, offside. Declan IQ, I love that one. I love that one. Someone's been sent off apparently for Villa. Villa? Who's been sent off for the Villa people? Let me know in the comments. Apparently they've had a red card. I don't know whether that's true or not. Ben Mee got sent off for Villa. And the full-time whistle goes, people. There we have it. Full-time whistle goes. Finito. Brilliant, brilliant victory. Let's get the tweet out. 2-0 against a good Brighton team who we normally struggle against. A week's rest before Anfield. There we go. There we go, people. I'm really pleased with that in the end. I told you results are more important than performances, and that's just the reality of the situation. We needed to collect the 3 points, and we did, and we got them, you know. So I'm really pleased with the team there. Just in the comments, who would be your man of the match? For those of you that watched the whole game, I thought Declan Rice was outstanding again. He just runs through midfields by himself. I don't know how he's so good at it. It's always difficult for me not to praise him, but I thought he was fantastic in that game. Saliba was good. Odegaard, I thought Odegaard was quiet first half, got better second half. I thought Rice was superb. A lot of you saying Rice. Yeah, Declan Rice, man of the match for me. He's a machine. He is actually a machine. Never stops running, wins the ball back. And, yeah, he would be my man of the match. I thought Saliba was good. Anfield will be tough, but listen, let's see what happens now with them and if they drop points and so on and so forth. People, get the likes up. What are we on the likes? Let's quickly do a like check before we round up. We're on 2,000 likes, which is brilliant. We did it. King Kai scored. Great news. Listen, 2 goals for Arsenal. Gabriel Jesus with the first goal. Corner was whipped in by Saka. And then Kai Havertz with a lovely finish. Good assist from Nketiah and a really nice finish. People, unfortunately, I'm not doing the Man United Liverpool stream. I've got to be out and about. I'll be back probably for half time. 5 goals total. That was his 4th. Ben said, what a relief. 3-point collecting. Let's see Man U get a shock result. Let's hope so. And TMB said, I love how we pressured them all game. Kai might become our stat padder. I hope so. As I said, people, I will be back tomorrow just before 11 a.m. Champions League draw in the morning. And then we'll be back at 2 p.m. in the afternoon for the review show, and you know, we'll do press conference reaction and all of that good stuff, people. So make sure you lock in for that. Arsenal have won by 2-0. We go to the top of the Premier League, which I will show you just before we get out of there. We always finish by looking at the table, and I need to refresh it because we're not top of it. Right, now we are top of it. We're top of the league. Villa are second in the league at the moment. Obviously, Liverpool play Man United in half an hour. If Liverpool beat Man United, they go back to the top. So I'm hoping Liverpool maybe draw with Man United. We should want Man United to win, but it's hard for me to say that. But listen, we're top. Let's see if we're still top tomorrow. Thank you very much for tuning in. 2-0 win. Havertz and Jesus with the goals. And we're top of the league for now, people. See you at 11 a.m. for the Champions League draw. Will we get Mbappe? Let's see. Take care, everyone. Bless.